long as you start recording, I can
he
adjust.
recorded.
Yeah, I can
Later,
adjust
yeah.
whenever. Yeah.
Alright.
No, I'm not like Eduardo. I don't just leave in the random audio of
I like the cold opens.
of us just like walking around. Tyler's like, "Ooh, I tripped," and it was like, "That's so funny," bro. They're gonna love that part of the episode.
But I like the cold opens.
Sometimes, yeah, there's a good one. There's a lot of good ones, but like, there's
Like Valorant.
There's some.
Nah, I didn't like that one. Don't do that.
There's been sometimes we've had a cold open before, like way back in the day when there was me, Jose, and Eduardo, and those cold opens just be like Jose talking about like cheese or something.
Yeah,
like,
those are ass.
Yeah,
those are stupid.
That's just Eduardo being lazy. He's like, nah, I just didn't want to cut it out. I think the cold opens are funny. Yeah, some of them are funny, not the one where Jose just goes, "Yo, ready to record?"
Like, bro, stop, put that on my face like that. That was crazy.
Forehead, bro.
All right.
There's too much real estate.
Speaking of cold opens, how'd you enjoy that cold open? You just got
welcome
to this episode of the JOWP podcast. I'm your host Gabe today with Deven right here.
What's up?
Tyler back there.
What's up?
Camera switch, yeah. So today we did have an original episode theme for today, but we decided to change our mind mainly because there's two reasons. For one, me and Tyler, we wanted to rant about something, and then two, you know who you are in the I want to look at that. That's the camera. You in the comments, I called you out and you responded. So there's that. But Tyler, do you want to go ahead and talk about the cameras?
Yeah, I guess we can get started. I mean, what do you want to talk about first?
Well, it's just like
just the poor state of how people like release their softwares for the
yeah,
cameras.
because it's like, okay, so I don't have to, I guess it doesn't matter the days, but like we were trying to set up the cameras first because we saw that the camera quality for the last episode was bad, which it's the same quality now. It's a little bit different now because it's stretched out more. But
really quick, let's preface this. These are webcams that we got off Amazon. We've had them for like a couple months now. It's like $25.
Yeah.
So we're taking an image and we're expanding it so you're able to see all the pixels, and it's not going to look good. It's going to look really grainy, as you can see.
Exactly. The webcam's not meant to be like full screen like
the webcam's
this.
made for your face.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
And it's trying to focus on two different people. So yeah, it's gonna be bad. I thought we were gonna try and upgrade it next episode, which was the goal. We have a camera and everything. I should have brought it out here, but whatever. We had a camera that we were gonna use for this episode. So me and Tyler were coming in here a couple days ago before we were gonna record. We were gonna try and set up the camera. It just wasn't working. And then we were messing around it for like an hour or so, and then it was just me and Tyler just got frustrated. We're just like, why are cameras so annoying to work with? And then we were like looking into it, and apparently like you need there's like the cameras like Nikon and what's this, Canon?
Nikon, Canon.
Yeah, they're not completely compatible with OBS. So it's not, you can't just like plug it in and it just works. You have to like also have a utility because they weren't meant to go into a computer. So it's like really dumb.
But what sucks is that you can't just have like the utility and it works. Like, we have a Nikon camera and we have the Nikon webcam utility, but you can't just plug it in and work. It has to be a very specific camera. It's just annoying because we don't have the right camera on the list of cameras, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah, but I mean that's pretty much it. That's just the rant I wanted to go on there about the cameras. Now to the next topic we got.
But so you did like a whole episode for that 2-second rant?
Yeah.
No. We were just gonna talk about like the dismal state of cameras.
Yeah,
I guess.
Now to the other section of this podcast, right? We did the cartoon 3x3 a while ago. Y'all saw it. It was at this point episodes ago. Who knows? I'm not gonna date when this is recorded, but it was out, right? And we had a commenter, the name of Allie. I think Tyler said Allie Aesthetic, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. And then they called me out. They were like, or not me, I guess. They called us out. They let me read the original comment. You remember what it was, Devin? You remember like the list you put it out?
Yeah, she said basically it was Avatar, Gargoyles, Rugrats, Scooby-Doo. I think those
Vader
4.
Zim.
Okay, so
no,
yeah,
that's her.
the original
that's
comment
but-
said, yeah, no Scooby-Doo, DuckTales, Rugrats,
Oh,
Avatar,
DuckTales.
or Gargoyles, at least in the honorable mentions. And then yeah, Deven responded, you know, Deven Simp, right? Whatever.
I'm not Simp,
but
You are a Simp. Don't do that.
I don't know, like I looked at this and I was like, honestly, aside from Scooby-Doo, these shows are just mid. Like straight up, DuckTales is a vastly overrated show.
My thing is, who the hell is gonna watch Rugrats and be like, yeah, this big 3?
That's what I'm like,
top 9. Like,
right.
no shot.
Isn't Rugrats like an 80s show? Are you a
Well,
boomer?
no, like,
are you a
I
boomer?
grew
Allie?
up on
Yeah, but
Rugrats.
it came on during our age. It was reruns.
Yeah, like I
Yeah,
grew up
so
on
did the
Rugrats when
Looney
I was
Tunes.
younger.
Yes.
I grew up on Rugrats when I was younger, but it's not good enough to establish like my personality. unless you watch Rugrats to this day, it's not gonna establish your personality. It's not gonna make you 3x3.
I think I think the only thing I liked from Rugrats was the movie they had, like Reptar and like the giant robot.
That
was a pretty good movie.
Sounds like a Power Rangers movie.
Yeah, the show was fun. But Rugrats wasn't a big part of my childhood. That's why I didn't have it. Nickelodeon wasn't part of my childhood. That's why it was a bunch of Cartoon Network shows.
It's like Dragon Tales was part of my childhood, but I wasn't gonna put it on my 3x3.
Dragon Tales?
Yeah, from PBS. We already established you don't know anything from PBS.
Oh, I guess not. Yeah.
Like that when before I moved to my current house, so before 2nd grade, I watched that. Man, I was like pre-K, but I watched it all the time. That was my show.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna put it on my 3x3. It didn't establish my personality.
I mean, established Jose's. I mean, it wasn't Dragon Tales was on his list, but PBS was just carrying his childhood
for sure.
I think he just couldn't think of other cartoons.
Probably. No, there's so
9.
many.
Well, no, he said the 9, and we said, why don't you add this? And he goes, honestly, it was hard for me to come up with the 9. So I think it's just like first cartoons came to his head. He's like, yeah, that's good. Pink Panther, yeah, Popeye, yeah.
Let's see, and then next. It's also, I just want to talk about DuckTales. Everyone talks about DuckTales. I've actually
so good.
I've seen like 2 episodes of DuckTales, and I was like,
it's not mid.
I was like, this is just worse Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes show was better.
Yeah, yes, it was.
It's not.
We were watching Looney Tunes show. It's better. It's just better.
Like, I don't know. Like the couple episodes of DuckTales, I was like, this is just like they just really tried to do Looney Tunes, and they just did it worse.
Well, see, you saying that doesn't mean you don't even know anything about the show. DuckTales.
Like I said, I watched like 2 episodes.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You don't know what you're talking about. DuckTales is about 3. What was it? It's what's the duck's name from?
You didn't even know his name, Donald.
Donald.
You don't even know his
name.
Shut
up, whatever. It's his 3.
You just say me, shut up. You didn't know his name.
So it's him. I think it's his 3 nephews or sons. I can't remember. They go. Hang
it's his nephews.
Okay, thank you. You know, they go.
I
know the premise. I can't remember the family tree. I don't know the family tree by heart.
It's Donald Duck's
It's an adventure show. That's basically it. They go on adventures with their grandpa and they do shit. It's so cool. They go. They fight to solve mysteries.
I don't even think it's his grandpa. I think that's just like
great uncle. Yeah, great uncle.
I'm a fucking loser.
Who cares? It wasn't. It's a good show. They solve mysteries. They go on adventures. Nigga says it's like Looney Tunes. No, it's not. Nothing like Looney Tunes.
Resident Sleeper. It sounds boring. And I think I was right to drop it after episode 2. It wasn't necessarily episode 2. It was like the 2nd episode I saw.
Not even that. The theme song goes hard.
The theme song.
It's alright.
It's also funny because I forget. I have a DuckTales shirt and I wear it every now and then. And then like everyone always says, "Oh, I love that shirt." I'm like, I don't. But like,
it's a good show.
It's just a shirt.
Yeah, it's just a shirt I got for free from like my uncle or something. Next in her list, she's got Avatar, which I think is mid, aggressively mid, and I think it's overhyped by nostalgia a lot because it's in our era of like when we were necessarily kids, but like it's like our growing into teenage phase because it was like 2008, right? So I think a lot of people just overrate it, and like this show was so amazing. And it's okay. It's one of the very few cartoons that just had a storyline that wasn't like episodic, and I think that's what everyone like nuts over is that it wasn't episodic. But it just not being episodic isn't enough to be like it's a good show though. Like I don't know, Gravity Falls wasn't it was, but Gravity Falls had a storyline and it was better.
Well, it was episodic, and then they had themes of other things.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it had an overlapping story they were getting to.
Yeah, but to say it's like it is carried by nostalgia kind of. But I know plenty of people who just now get into it and they still love it. Like I don't know, the way I view Avatar is the same way I feel kind of like with Hunter x Hunter. I just
no, because Hunter x Hunter is way better than Avatar is. I'm not saying like show for show. In the scope of Avatar amongst its peers of cartoons and Hunter x Hunter and its peers of anime, Hunter x Hunter is in a higher echelon than Avatar.
Well, yeah, but like the reason why I'm comparing the two because like I know everyone overhypes these 2 shows. Everyone loves it. They all suck it up.
No one's overhyping Hunter x Hunter.
Dude, have you seen Hunter x Hunter fans?
No,
they just had the cock in their mouth constantly. No,
they're properly rating it to what they believe. Like because Hunter x Hunter is a good enough show to where if you really like it, you sucking off the show is valid. Avatar isn't good enough of a show for you to suck it off making it valid. Hunter x Hunter objectively does have good writing, so you sucking off is valid. Regardless if I agree with you or not, it's valid because it's still a good show.
But the thing is, I like Hunter x Hunter, right? I'm not saying like it's like bad or anything. I do like Hunter x Hunter, but people think it's the second coming of Christ. And I like both shows, but I think they're okay. I think they're okay shows. But the reason I made the comparison is because people put on this such a high pedestal, and I don't see why.
I agree with the comparison. I'm not saying like they're equal in scope for their own respective things. However, people do put Hunter x Hunter on a pedestal.
And it's
You
so
can say
saying
you
it's
can say
not
about every
deserving.
show though. Every show has its fans that they put. Yes, look at Naruto.
Well, yes,
fans,
but Hunter x
One
Hunter's a
Piece
big
fans.
thing.
It's so
People-
I would say
No,
I would say
no.
One Piece fans are even worse than Hunter x Hunter fans that they're like sucking off their anime.
I think it's worth it though.
yeah.
Of course.
Honestly, I'm gonna say it. But like people who just now getting into One Piece, they're like, this is the best thing in the world because it is pretty good.
Yeah,
you know?
people say the same thing about Hunter x Hunter when they get into it.
I don't know.
It's like I don't understand. The reason I don't think
mean,
that's a valid argument is because I think Hunter x Hunter actually has the writing to back it up, whereas Avatar is just the way I view Avatar is like Demon Slayer. If Demon Slayer didn't have good animation, it's an okay story that is cohesive enough.
I wouldn't even go.
But that's what it is. It's just an okay cohesive story. It's not. It doesn't do anything crazy. Nothing special. Everything is average about it. It's a mid show, directly mid. Everything about it is average, and it's because it came on in the era where where's it on the Nickelodeon?
Yeah,
right?
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon had nothing that had a storyline. Everything was just episodic. It was just like SpongeBob and Nicktoons, whatever was on Nicktoons, Dora or something. But like they had episodic stuff, and then this gave them a storyline to follow, so they were interested. And like, okay, I see. And the people who watch it now that they like it now because it has the campy feels of the old school cartoons, which is why people will now go back and watch Yu Yu Hakusho and really like Yu Yu Hakusho. Whereas I think Yu Yu Hakusho is really good too, but at some point you can look at the story and be like, objectively, it kind of jumps from place to place. But people are gonna like old stuff because of the campy feel. And Avatar isn't necessarily that old, but it's old enough to where it has a campy feel, and people are gonna like it nowadays.
Yeah, but to say the story is like just because episodic is the reason why it kind of like did well is kind of like misleading because like. Despite that, their characters are good. Got Aang, got Zuko. They have good character arcs. There's the jokes land. They're funny.
Yeah, it does everything average. I'm not saying anything is bad. I'm saying they do everything average. Nothing is exceptional. They're all average. Like, you saying they're having good character arcs is what's expected from a show. Just because other shows don't do it doesn't mean it's not the expectations.
Right.
Your show should always have character arcs regardless. If it doesn't take away the rule. That just makes your show below average because you didn't do what was expected of you. It's like if 10 people walk into a job and 9 of them don't know how to do something and one person does, he's not a better than them. He's doing what he's supposed to do. So I'm thinking just because other people don't do it doesn't mean they should get credit for doing it. That's just like I think that's something that gets. I think that's something that
I see what you mean, but could you
forgotten.
not say that the guy is better because he knows how to do it?
Oh, what do you mean?
He's
Like the
better.
writer? I wouldn't. No, are you talking about like, okay? In the comparison, he's better than them. Like he's better than his peers, which is what I said about Avatar. I think Avatar is probably the better thing that Nickelodeon had at the time, but it doesn't make it better than like the rest of its competition ever. Like if I come into let me how can I example? If I come into an accounting job and I passed algebra in college, and then like the guy next to me is Eduardo, who failed every math he's ever taken before, and I do better than Eduardo, I'm not considered like, oh, I should go to like the top tier accountants. There's still accountants better than me. That's something about Avatar. Like there's still shows like Gravity Falls, and I keep coming back to Gravity Falls, the only thing I think of right now, but like that are better than Avatar.
Regular show, Adventure Time.
Yeah, regular show and Adventure Time. Like those are just still better than him, so it doesn't catapult him above just because he's better than his peers.
Right.
Avatar may be the best on Nickelodeon. I also had no Nickelodeon shows either because I think the other shows are just better than Avatar.
But could you not say, let's say they grew up on exclusively Nickelodeon? Would you not say like, okay, yeah, it's the best of Nickelodeon, so it's on my 3x3?
That would be valid. Yeah, that's not my. I'm not arguing her list is invalid. I'm saying I think Avatar is.
Oh
mid
yeah, Avatar's not touching my 3x3.
Well, I'm saying I think it's mid because it's an average show that doesn't do anything exceptional. Everything is just what he does everything he should do, which I don't want to give him credit for doing what he should do. So
I feel that, but judging from their list, it kind of seems like they have like that Nickelodeon feel. They have Rugrats in there. And,
is Scooby-Doo on there?
Scooby-Doo is, but Scooby-Doo's not Nickelodeon.
I thought, yeah,
it's
okay.
Cartoon Network.
Okay, so let's get to her actual list. So we talked about Avatar for a minute there. So let's see what she got. She has Gargoyles, DuckTales, Scooby-Doo, Rugrats, Avatar, Spectacular Spider-Man, Incator Zim, Rick and Morty.
You know what she meant when she said Incator Zim.
That's what it says. It says Incator Zim, and Rick and Morty and Gravity Falls.
Oh, we had a lot of similarities. Me and their
What's
list.
the name of that?
Well,
Keep talking.
First of all, when I first saw her say Gargoyles in the original comment, my first thought is I didn't know Gargoyles was a cartoon. I thought Gargoyles was the live action show.
What?
I never knew Gargoyles was a cartoon. I looked it up. I was like, this girl's bugging, bro. No shot. This is a thing. But no, it is a cartoon.
I
That's
watched
surprising.
it.
I've never seen Gargoyles, so I can't really comment about that.
Gargoyles had a similar art style to like the old X-Men show. You know, like the X-Men that came on
97, X-Men 97.
Yeah, I don't think that's like the It was okay. It was. I don't know. I would put it in my 3 best 3. I watched it and enjoyed it, but even then, like I can't remember anything from it.
Yeah,
you know the premise?
No, I don't. I've never seen it.
There's these, you know, like the statues, the gargoyle.
Yeah, I know the gargoyle statues.
Basically, at night they come alive. They're like vigilantes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Have
like
you seen it before, Tyler? Have you seen it before?
Yeah,
It's
it's
like-
watch all the time. I'm trying to think of what it was on because it was
Cartoon
Disney
Network.
Toons. No, it was Disney Toons, but it was
Disney?
like the it's like a little fucking like 3D ball with the ears and the feet, and it's like Junex or something. But I don't know.
Oh,
what
I
it's
think I know what you're
called.
talking about.
Yeah, but I'm looking it up. I don't know. I don't remember what it
Because
was
it's the same
called.
one with the. I think Eduardo talks about it all the time, and
He knows the name for sure.
Because me and him always talk about the one like pod racing show, and there's one scene where like there's 2 like speed racing like. It's like the shits from Star Wars where they're racing and shit, and one like intersects another one, like cuts in half. It's so cool. I know what you're talking about. I can't remember what the name is.
So that's what Gargoyles came on then?
Yeah, but
But remember, it would always play like the dude would roll in and be like,
but yeah, they were always like
and then gargoyles.
like, oh shit, the sun's coming up. We have to go back into positions. There's like a female. It's basically like Ninja Turtles, but like without like the ninjas, you know, and the turtles. But
Yeah, because if they
Without
hit
the
sun,
ninjas
like,
and the turtles.
and the turtles. But like
And the
it was like
turtles, of course.
I think it's like 4. I think 4 or 5 of them. There was a female who like knew their secret. And I can't remember the name of it, but I know where it is.
You can just text Eduardo or something,
Yeah, and then,
Tyler, if you
or
want.
just throw up the name or whatever. But
One thing I want to say before I get more into your list, real quick, I respect the energy. You maintained it, right? Like I came at you mad aggressive, right? And you still responded.
kept a high energy. Yeah.
You still kept the same energy, right? Like I came straight in and was like, your show's mid, like straight up. And then Deven was texting me. He was like, don't do that. You're gonna hurt their feelings, right?
well, because you know, like people don't take kindly, especially like nowadays, such because I'm on Twitter constantly and everyone there is toxic. People don't take kindly when you call their shows mid. So like, I don't want to scare off because we barely have fans as it is.
Yeah.
But I do like the concept of like, I know I want to build like a foundation of fans, like, you know, they're basically like us,
Yeah.
like chill.
Exactly. So I just want to say, like, massive respect for keeping the same energy. And like I said, drop your 3 birthday, don't be scared. And you weren't. You dropped it within like, I think it was like 8 minutes of like, when I said it. It was quick.
They were about it.
You were about it. You didn't waste any time. You weren't like, give me till tomorrow. Nah, you dropped it. So massive props for that. But yeah, now I can get into your list though. So we got Gargoyles offer. I said I've never seen it, so I'm not gonna make any criticism about the show. Never seen it. Don't know. DuckTales. You already heard what I said about DuckTales. I think it's overrated because it was boring when I watched it. Scooby Doo. Valid. I think Scooby Doo is a good show. You're valid for that one.
Especially the OG.
Rugrats. Like
OG
it's a,
and What's New Scooby Doo.
what?
You have the OG Scooby Doo, and then you have the What's New Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Both
Yeah.
of those are valid.
Yeah. Rugrats, probably valid, honestly. I never really watched Rugrats. I watched a couple episodes of it. I can understand. If it's your childhood show, understandable. I can let Rugrats pass. Avatar, no, shouldn't pass. Unless you grew up on Nickelodeon, which maybe you did, but I don't think Avatar should be in there. I don't know, man. I don't know. I came into this thinking I was going to be able to roast your list. Your list kind of solid, though. Like, Spectacular Spider-Man?
That's a good
How
one.
do I roast Spectacular Spider-Man? That's like the show. That's like the Marvel show.
Yeah, it's not my Spider-Man choice, but it's definitely a good
What's
show.
yours, Ultimate Spider-Man?
It's the one where you had like Luke Cage and all of them near him.
Yeah, it's Ultimate Spider-Man.
The Ultimate? Okay, yeah.
Ultimate Spider-Man was goated.
I like that Spider-Man. They did so many like arcs from the comics. It's really good.
They did do a lot of stuff in like, I think it's only 3 seasons too. Or
Ultimate?
3 or 5, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But they introduced so many characters, like Deadpool's, and they introduced so many Marvel characters in that one.
Oh yeah.
The Deadpool Spider-Man
everyone-
was fun.
Yeah, that was
Because
fun.
Deadpool like
Everyone's
was
in
like
Ultimate.
about to cuss, and then it's like
I can't do that.
Or he's like kill. He's like kill.
doesn't say-
Spider-Man's like, bro, don't say it.
No, Deadpool says he doesn't say the kill.
Oh yeah,
he's like-
He's like, it's a weird mental tick. I can't say the K word.
That's so good.
Yeah. I think Ultimate Spider-Man gets a lot more hate, and I didn't think
Does
Deven
it?
also liked it. Yeah, a lot of people don't like Ultimate Spider-Man. Like
I know that.
it's a like a they think it's like too corny. Right?
What?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I like Ultimate Spider-Man too, but I gotta ride with Spectacular Spider-Man. I think it is the superior show. Like,
I didn't watch it. So I
it
don't
does
know.
it does it amazingly. So that's valid. Invader Sim. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like Invader Sim. I didn't say anything when Deven was talking about the list because I didn't want y'all to take away votes from me.
Y'all
I
know.
don't-
Y'all
I don't
know.
like it.
This
I'm
man
not
doesn't- this man doesn't like
I'm not
it.
gonna cock right. I don't like Invader Sim. I thought it was like boring. I just Everyone cockrat. My brother watched it all the time.
This your king, bro. Like, look at this bozo, bro.
Oh yeah, like my brother was like, bro, this Invader Zim show, it's so funny. And I turned it on and it was like, Zee Boo, and I was like, this is not funny. But I was like, this is not funny. Show is boring. I was like, turn on Dragon Ball Z again. That's some good content right there. No, I don't really like Invader Zim. Rick and Morty, never seen Rick and Morty. Didn't seem like my type of show, so I just didn't watch it. And Gravity Falls, obviously I like Gravity Falls. So honestly,
that, yeah.
through and through, 3x3 isn't that bad, really. It's just like shows I haven't really seen, like Gargoyles I haven't seen, Rugrats I haven't really seen, and Rick and Morty and DuckTales I haven't really seen. So it's like a lot of videos I haven't seen, but the ones I have seen, like DuckTales, I guess I've seen Avatar, Gravity Falls, and Invader Zim. They're okay, I guess. Spectacular Spider-Man. Your only good shows on here, in my opinion, are Spectacular Spider-Man and Gravity Falls, but it's not an invalid list. I think it's okay. What do you think about her list, Deven?
It's a pretty solid list. Of course, there's some outliers, but we all grew up with different shows. I'm actually really glad they shared their list. Like I want more interaction from our fans or people that watch us. Like it's fun, debating against y'all about our shows, but it's also fun seeing like what other people's tastes in the shows are. It's just overall, sure. Much like the experience. I was so happy when you responded too. I was like, we finally got someone to respond. It's different because we see the views and we see like people like liking, voting, but it's different when you actually interact because then you put a name to the face, we're having a fun conversation. Like I was having fun when they were talking about like, here's my Super Bros 3 and.
Yeah, because like we have like we make a poll, we get 40 votes and none of y'all comment, so it's like we see what you like but we don't hear it from you, so it's like it's just like it's like a faceless vote in the void that we're just like, oh yeah, there's a vote from someone, something, whatnot.
Yeah, like when I inevitably win this cartoon series, I'm like,
don't do that.
Don't do that.
I don't know, man.
You got one vote that we know confirmed, 2 votes, I guess, because yourself. You got you got 2 confirmed votes, Deven.
What is this episode coming out before the awards or
the awards show? No, it's coming out before the awards show. The last episode.
This is coming out before. All right, then just know, man. This man hates Avatar. Just like Invaders Zim.
Well, yeah, the poll's gonna be over by the time this episode comes out, though, so it doesn't matter. That's why I was saying. That's why I started talking about Invaders Zim. I was like, I didn't want to say it then because the votes counted. By the time this episode comes out, votes don't count anymore. Y'all can't change your mind. You voted for me for anything. Just live with it. You live with it. Oh my God, bro. I made those decisions. But no, like, yeah, what Devin was saying, I really enjoy it. We used to have that back in the day with some other guy on my channel, and it's always fun to just have someone to actually like talk to and interact with. It just adds something else as well. And you can get stuff like this on the podcast. We talk about you, right? So that's what you want. If anyone who's watching this episode right now and you're like, dang, that's pretty cool, maybe drop your 3x3. Maybe we'll rate it next episode. Sure. I don't know, do whatever. If you want to drop your gaming 3x3, which we've done before, your food 3x3,
drop anything.
Your cartoon 3x3.
Yeah.
Even if you want to do your anime 3x3, go ahead. I'll roast your anime opinions. I'm an anime elitist. I will call your anime trash if it's trash.
That's crazy. What are you doing over there, Tyler?
I think he's still trying to find out what channel.
Are you still trying to find out?
I'll find it. I swear.
I don't want to look too because I might get competitive, but
you get competitive, yeah.
Well, and you're on camera 1.
Okay. Give me the clicker. I'll put you on camera 2.
That's like the main topics I wanted to get into today. Is there I know there's something Deven recently he did like a presentation for his class. I remember.
You talk about that?
I guess. Yeah. I'm in a speech class and basically what was the prompt? It was just a persuasion I had to make slides, I had to dress up nice, and I was in the suit. I was gonna take pictures, but I think it was gonna be kind of cringy, so I didn't. But basically, it was just a persuasion speech about persuade the class to do whatever. So I chose to make the class persuade. Try to persuade them to subscribe to our podcast. I had slides. I still have the slides, but basically, that was it. I just talked about us, talked about our amazing guests like Zeon and Liz, who was a voice actor.
True. You didn't talk about yourself. You were a guest at one point.
Yeah, but I pointed at myself like, hey, you like me? I'm making you laugh right now. You know what I'm about. So I'm a pretty charismatic guy. When I make speeches or talk to people, people laugh. I don't know why you're looking at me like that. I'm gonna need you to
camera
stop.
can't see what
You're disrespecting me. Audio listeners, I love you
looking
to
at my
death.
phone, bro. What you
Oh
talking
yeah, I can
about?
say this. I can say this now. Audio listeners, I love you to death because now we actually have a camera.
Oh yeah, we are audio. You guys are audio. The one thing I was thinking about that when I was editing the last episode, I was like, we do not even care about the audio. We were not even acknowledging you audio listeners. I feel bad
I did.
for last
I think it's
episode.
Audio
audio built it
listeners
up
love you
so
to
much
death.
that
Come on.
it was exclusively audio listeners.
No, well, yeah, like the last camera.
So we got
episode,
so
I mean.
used to
yeah,
it.
yeah. We didn't
Oh,
even think
yeah.
about because like we were saying so much visual stuff, and I was like,
Were we?
Yeah, we kept saying like, oh, look at like, oh, I can see you, but we never like referenced the fact that the audio listeners did nothing changed for them. Everything is still the same.
You're like, what are they doing?
It might just be like a novelty thing.
But yeah, audio
Yeah.
listeners, you know, we have cameras now, so you want to check us out? You can
Yeah.
check us out on YouTube.
Of course,
But
you
nah,
always can.
My quote.
And the more
It's
of you
not
that check
even my
us out, the better cameras that we can get.
quote.
I'm just saying.
That's
The
not
more-
even my
And
quote.
better
sup-
setup.
The
I'm
more
just saying.
support we get, the better setup. Yeah, potentially.
Yeah, now
And then
that
potential for more stuff.
now that quote makes more sense. It's not even my quote. I got it from another podcast I really like.
What quote are you saying?
Audio listeners love you to death.
Oh yeah. Oh, but yeah, you were saying like you were talking about our group as well, and then you're like your class was like roasting Jose.
Yeah, for some reason, you know that photo shoot we took with all of us.
The Jowp photo shoot.
Yeah, the second one
Oh,
that
the
was
second one? Yeah,
all of
yeah.
us. Yeah, Jose wasn't smiling. He made some like face. The editor could
He's
throw
like-
it up. Yeah, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
in the middle of my speech, someone stopped me. They stopped me and said, "Why is he making that face?" And I was like, "Who?" And I pointed like that guy. I was like, "Oh, I don't know. He's not smiling." And I told Jose this too. He said, "Oh, I wasn't ready," but he's clearly looking at the camera. He's posing and everything. Like, you weren't ready when you did this, Jose? He's like, "Nah." I was like,
Posing, isn't his hands in his pocket?
Yeah, he's like this.
"Oh,
he's talking
he
about-
seems ready."
that's for my birthday. That's not the one he's talking about.
No, he has his hands in his pocket and he's like,
No, because he has his
Yeah, you're thinking. I'm saying you're thinking of the picture from my birthday. That's not the same one.
It's a
Oh,
different,
okay.
different picture. But they were just talking about like why he looked like that, and for some reason, I think it was like a solid 3 or 4 minutes. They were just talking about like roasting him low key. They're like, "Why is cheek so?" I'm like, "Dang, bro, it's my speech. You're gonna let me start my speech." They
Why doesn't
stopped
his
me
beard
to
connect?
roast that man. Like that was like they're on some like demon. I don't know.
Dang, Jose, that's tough, bro.
That's it was a little
Me
tough.
personally, Jose, I wouldn't take that.
I was low-key offended. I'm like, y'all just stop. You're gonna roast my boy like that for 4 minutes. I was like, dang, that's kind of crazy. But I just went down a list. I called Tyler a nerd emoji, but I said it as a joke. But I was like, ask this man anything, and he'll be able to explain it. Granted,
no, that's not what you
granted.
said. That's not what you said.
No, it is what I
You
said.
said-
I said, ask this man anything, he'll be able to explain it. Granted,
You
it might
said
take
give
like
a
an hour. He might like, but you answer your question.
Yo, Tyler, are you drinking? Okay, yes, actually, it's
Actually, I'm
Tyler.
drinking.
He like adjusts his seat before he talks. He's like, that's the thing. Audio listeners don't know this. Every time you see Tyler go on a big rant, you never see it because the camera's never on. Before Tyler goes into a big rant, he goes, and then he starts going into like that. Oh, they still didn't see that,
He
but
adjusts
yeah.
his glasses. He's like, well, actually,
He's like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, I can hit one of those.
Yeah.
Well, actually.
And then you're like, I gotta explain it. Especially when you're talking to Eduardo, because you're like, I gotta simple it down for him.
No, I have to dumb it down
Petty,
so
petty.
much for him. Like, because I'll dumb it down, and he's like, I don't understand. Like, I just texted him about the name of that thing, and I explained it like as much as I could. This like little 3D ball. He had a single eye. He had the ears. Gargoyles on it. He's like, I never watched Gargoyles. I'm like, that's not the point. I'm just saying, like, what's the name of the thing? He's like, I don't understand. Like, what the fuck don't you understand? Like, I'm just asking. Like I know you know the name. You said the name before. There's other shows that
Ask
you
him the
watch that
pod
are on
racing
it.
show, like Deven was saying.
Yeah, I guess I'm asking the pod. But he's like, I never watched Gargoyles. That's not the point of the question.
I don't talk to her at all anymore because that man makes me mad. He makes me mad.
It's coming out. Why was not on the episode? It's out right now.
I hate talking to him. Unless we're in person, I don't talk to that man because I know I put a hole in my wall because he's. I don't know. I don't get it. He's an enigma, but I think I called it in during the speech. I just said that Gabe, that's our. What was the word? I forgot the wording. I was like, he's like our anchor. He's just our straight man. He just exists.
Straight man.
I'm the straight
Yeah,
man.
No, you know.
I know what a straight man is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but like,
Yeah, it's just funny because like, you're like, are you straight man?
I
I feel like if we had a straight man, it's probably Tyler. I think.
think Tyler's a straight man.
I think like as far as a comedy routine, because that's what a straight man's from.
Yeah.
It's from a comedy routine. Tyler would be the straight man then.
Because
Because I would definitely say I'm because it's called funny guy and straight man.
Yeah, funny guy, straight
I'm more
man.
of a funny guy than a straight man.
I guess I said like he keeps us going. He's just our anchor.
So you say you're not a straight man?
That's not what I said.
That's not, hey, don't do that.
Clip it.
Nah, but so Deven stole my hat.
It's not my, no, these are two different hats. Come on.
Are they?
No, they're different hats. Yeah, they're hats. Don't do that.
The pixels can see it though.
You abandoned the village. I'm still here.
Yeah,
If you angle it down,
so I'm the
less.
What's that?
The editor can throw up pictures of the hats.
Yeah.
You can get it in the light too.
So I'm the what is this called?
It's a rogue ninja.
You're a
Rogue
rogue
ninja.
ninja.
Yeah, I'm a rogue ninja. He's a real ninja. I did not know our hats were like matching like that. I thought they were the same.
I saw them. Like, did you buy this after this? Because this is the OG. I had this before you had that.
Yeah, I bought it.
Yeah, you bought this as well.
That's what I'm saying. I bought it.
Okay.
So I know.
But that was basically my speech. Dang,
Yeah,
bro.
I left the village for sure.
But yeah, that was basically it. You know, I'm somewhat of an opportunist myself. I found it kind of cringy because usually when I get speeches, I just do it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't practice speeches. I just go with the flow. I'm charismatic enough so I can make anything makes enough sense. So when I got up there, I was like, oh, this is kind of cringy because I'm self-promoting and I never do that, and it sounds kind of weird, but I just did it.
Yeah, me too.
I think you should have gotten the picture.
I wanted to, but I was already cringing as it was, so I was like,
I'm saying, like, you're already
it would have
at
been
that
like
point.
it would have been
it would have been an iconic picture.
Like you get like one of these with the presentation right there.
Yeah.
Or you get like one of that.
I thought about it. I was like,
It'd
man,
be
it would have been so
It
iconic.
would have been so good.
Because it's a picture you can't really recreate. Like you
You
can,
can.
but like it's harder to.
Yeah, it's hard, but it's fun.
Because you had the suit, you had the class. You're
You
presenting.
can always find a way to recreate it, but
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, but it won't be the
potentially.
same. It's not not the original.
Yeah, it's like Jowp X. What are you gonna do?
Exactly. What are you
what
gonna
are you
do?
gonna do?
Trying to ride the wave.
Just know that I'm pushing Jowp 24/7.
I don't think it really worked though. But yeah.
It doesn't. I didn't do it, so I mean, I did do it for
Exposure's
like,
exposure.
yeah. If it works,
Because
it
what
works.
if like 2 weeks from now, one of them's like, Lowkey, let me hear that podcast. And then
I mean, I also needed a grade. I was like, I need. I think
easy.
I wrote it the night before because that's how I do things. I always do things like the night before. And that's
Yeah.
some of my best works because I just grind it out.
That's what I was gonna get to. It was like something related to it, like the presentations thing. That was like I think part of the reason I really enjoyed the Top 5 Society episode. Recording it is because I think doing presentations, especially stuff like that, where it's nothing serious. It's just something like stupid, I guess.
And it's fun.
It was just really fun to do, and I'm trying to. I want to figure out to do something like that again. I have some ideas of what to do, but I definitely want to do it. If you guys are like looking for, I know the Top 5 Society is a really popular episode. Everyone loves it. Like, we're trying to do something like it again. We don't want to like mimic it exactly. Obviously, we can't really though. It's kind of hard to mimic it. We kind of covered so much with it.
I kind of want to like, cause I was trying to do the same thing, like make ideas for it. What we could do, just like, kind of like debate-ish style, like, kind of like how the 3x3s is kind of like, this is my thing. We can just rep something and make like a PowerPoint slide for it. Like,
yeah,
like
I
when we're
thought
talking about
that.
sauces, like this is why hot sauces don't go. Like this is,
and
but-
you're just wrong. Yeah.
I mean,
then
you're
you'd
not
be wrong,
wrong.
You're wrong.
I mean, you're lucky you didn't put
At
the
this,
poll.
wait, actually, when this episode come
The episode
we
should come
talk-
out before.
Yeah, it should come out before, but like the poll. Yeah, the poll went. No wait.
What
It
episode?
depends.
I don't know what episode that was on. Is it out yet?
Yeah.
Is it out? What episode is that on?
No, it comes out.
No, like it's out as of like when they're
As of
watching
this
it.
coming out.
Yeah,
Oh,
when they're
yeah, but,
watching
like,
it's out.
It's not out.
No, it's
like,
coming
now?
out next week.
Okay.
Man, now we're dating it. Yeah, it's coming out next week. Yeah, yeah, that's how dated this episode. Yeah. Oh well.
Boo hoo.
Boo hoo.
Boo hoo.
Sue me.
Hey, tell us in the comments you don't like that.
Yeah, it is what it is. We have to do what we gotta do.
That's crazy.
What do you do? Just like delete the video? No, you can't do that.
Why are they deleting the video? What else?
No, they can't delete the video. It's like, what are you gonna do? It's already there.
Yeah.
Just watch it.
I guess. But y'all see it.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like I don't know how the timeline will work out. I don't know if I can throw out the results of the poll or not. If I can, here they are.
Yes, sir. You know me. I'm just saying right now I'm winning because hot sauce is so iconic.
Oh yeah.
I think you're in the minority here.
I think you're just wrong.
I think you're just wrong. So
If I am wrong, I'm a
I
clown
still haven't figured
emoji,
out-
but the results don't lie. Like, what the wing?
And because he's a clown emoji,
it's
vote.
gonna be so funny if you're wrong. You're so confident.
Look at that.
Dude, it's like hostile 0 votes.
Oh my god.
And
I don't-
because you're the biggest clown, everyone vote on the.
Yeah, let me do a
Jowp
preemptive
Taste
guess.
Awards.
Deven, biggest clown, right? Yes, am I
Biggest
right?
clown?
Wait, actually, they won't even know yet.
I'm about to say, like, we won't know.
Well, we'll know when the episode comes out, but they won't know. Yeah, you'll know. I guess in when is? Ooh, man, this is crazy. I can't think about times of when these episodes are coming out. We're so far backlog. It's really hard to think about when you guys are seeing this or when you're not.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you guys wanted to like briefly touch on? I think I hit the main points I was thinking of.
I heard Film Red's doing really good. In
I did
Japan.
forget that came out.
Yeah, they had the Gomago no Mi, the popcorn bucket.
I saw that.
But it's like exclusive in Japan.
It's like
It's only in Japan.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only in Japan.
I saw it. I'm like, I can't wait.
Because it's a popcorn bucket and it's like it has like a strap so you could wear it on the side, and it's the Gomago no Mi, and that opens up as popcorn, but it's only in Japan.
I'm so mad.
As a promotional thing.
Probably get it off of eBay or something, but
Yeah,
it's
but I don't
obviously gonna
want
be overpriced,
it.
obviously.
Yeah.
But
And it's coming from Japan, so it's gonna have the fairs.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's so cool. They should do that here. I just wish people cared, like the studio companies. The
Oh
studios.
yeah.
Oh, like Japan.
The people
caring
here
about-
cared,
yeah.
but like the studios, like I wish they just cared. Like, oh yeah, we have an American audience too.
Yeah, that's like I don't necessarily think that Japan doesn't care about the Western audience, but it's like they don't care as much as they do for Japan, which kind of sucks. Because I feel like if they gave us the same amount of care, they would definitely see way more benefits of it. Like,
Well, it's a cycle. You give
monetarily.
care, you get care.
Yeah, like they'd get a huge monetary gain from showing sport. Like the fact that we have to wait, like I'm speaking we, not as an American, like as a Western audience fan, that we have to wait like months after a movie comes out in Japan just to see it here is ridiculous. It should be like a 1-to-1 thing. Like when like something like Bullet Train comes out in America, it's also out there. Like it's not like we wait, you guys wait 4 months like, for Endgame. No, you guys see it the same time ish. Maybe it's like a couple weeks off, but for the most part, you see it the same time we do. I don't like that we have to wait.
I thought there was a reason for that, like like voice acting and all that. Or am I wrong?
But you could because they produce the animation and then they match lit flaps and voice acting.
Yeah.
So as soon as they produce the animation, you can send it to America and they can both match voice flaps in whatever language, and then they can put it at the same time.
And
Roughly the same.
guess.
time.
It's not even that, because think about animes
Animes do it,
Anime
yeah.
episodes come out the same time. It's not like the raw episodes come out before the subs. They come out the same time because they work on it at the same time. Because the subbing companies are like they're working with the anime production, so they do that. Dubs are delayed because that's different, because they have like a different dubs don't work directly with the anime like subs do. But I'm not talking about dub. Like you can give us a subbed movie, I'm fine. I can watch a movie subbed. I just don't want to wait 6 months to see, like, what was it, like 8 months for like Demon Slayer? They had to wait like insane amount of time for Demon Slayer.
dumb.
And then the Dragon Ball, the Super movie.
Well, that was not as bad because it's
Well,
coming
no,
out
but you're
like
still waiting.
yeah.
Like 4 months.
yeah, because it came out like
months?
July or something, or June.
Yeah,
and we're
I think
getting
it was
it
June, and then we're not getting it until the end of the month.
Yeah, we're
That
getting
was,
it
like,
at least
August
in
19th.
August.
3 months.
Yeah, it's August.
Yeah, so 3 months.
So yeah, it's not as bad as Demon Slayer was, but it's still like we shouldn't have to wait that long. And like just make it. It's not that hard to make subtitles. That's literally all they have to do is make subtitles. That's not the ease. That's not the reason. There is something else, and I don't know what it is. It's kind of dumb. I just wish they would like fix that.
Well, even if it's like, because I think in Japan the popcorn bucket was free with a ticket. I'd even pay $10 or whatever. That's a cool thing to have because it's like the Gomu Gomu no Mi.
Yeah, it would be so cool because like, because we're in America, we have like other things, like we have millionaire popcorn buckets.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
It doesn't come off though, but I don't know. I would have bought it. Even if it was costing money, I would have bought one. I'm like, this is the Gomu Gomu no Mi. I want it.
It's goated. I love it.
I'm a One Piece simp. I don't
It'd be
care.
cool if they had like the different devil fruits, like laws.
Like me,
Like,
yeah.
Every single one.
Not every single one, but
like
like
the important ones.
the most prevalent ones.
like the
in
mirror
movie.
no Mi.
Yeah.
And whatever Shanks's is.
He didn't got devil fruit, and then you
I'm
got
like,
like
what are you on
Robin's.
about?
Okay.
Oh, wait, what are you doing?
Now he doesn't have a devil fruit. Okay.
Did Tyler think he had a dough fruit?
No.
Oh. Okay. I was like, wait, did we ever establish he had a devil fruit?
I thought Deven said before he thought he had a devil fruit.
No, don't do that. I never thought that.
Now he's
I
trying to switch up.
know.
I'm just saying. I was trying to catch
never
him.
thought that.
Nah, he knows his own lies. He knows his lies in his head. He's caught up with them. He's like, oh, I can't let the podcast.
Dumb, bro. I can't stand this nigga, bro. But nah.
Yeah.
But I'm frustrated. I wish it, even if it's like a couple week delay, that's fine. But I'm waiting months.
Yeah, it's so
It's
because-
ridiculous.
Especially with knowing how Toei is, because they do it every time. They did it with the Super Broly movie too. We see spoilers all the time. No one can avoid.
Well, because
like,
they're so big.
yeah, and then they just show clips all the time. Like it's like their idea of a spoilers are different. Like they don't care. They're like, oh, the movie's been out for months. We don't care. Here's Broly.
We're doing
Like or not Broly. For the Broly movie, they threw up like Gogeta. Like a lot of
Oh,
people didn't
yeah,
want to know
I
about
knew
Gogeta.
Gogeta.
They're like, movie's
Wasn't-
been out for months. Here's Gogeta
Wasn't
right
it
there.
in the movie poster.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
on the
Yeah, he was on the poster. I
No,
was
the thing
like,
is, on the Japanese poster, he wasn't there. It was only after it came to the West, they were like, slap him on the poster. They're like,
Get him.
because we're assuming they've already seen it somehow. Like, what? It almost feels like they hate the Western. It feels like they hate us.
It's passive aggressive.
They're just like, they want to see. Fine, give it to them. Give us them 8 months later though. Don't give it to them immediately. All we have to do is subtitles. We have the subtitles. Wait, I said wait. They get it in 8 months, and we're gonna throw a spoiler on the poster.
Like, we're waiting today.
Yeah, because it would have.
They wait half a year, and they get a spoiler on the poster.
Yeah.
Go ahead and say Shanks dies.
Because
Shanks grew his arm back, and then he died.
And then he died. He went like Lizard from Spider-Man.
He's like, and he's like,
he's like, I've been waiting for this moment. Because it would have been cool, because like we haven't seen Gogeta in so long, and it would have been cool because Goku and Vegeta can't beat Broly. How are they gonna beat him? The only canonical way we know them fusing is like through the Batara earrings.
yeah.
So we're like, oh, but they don't have the Batara earrings right now. How are they gonna do it? And Piccolo shows up, and then they do it.
I mean, it's not like. Okay, Gogeta wasn't canon, but the idea of Gogeta is canon. It's not like we weren't surprised that they could do it. It was just the fact that they've never done it.
Yeah, but it would have been exciting.
We knew they can do it.
Yeah, but it's exciting knowing like, oh, Gogeta is now finally canon, and like, oh, it has been nostalgic seeing Gogeta on this big screen again.
Yeah. Speaking of canon, I've heard apparently not all of One Piece Red is canon, but like parts of it is canon, which is kind of confusing. Dumb. Yeah, like
it's like almost none of it, and it's like, but this, that.
Yeah, it's like parts of Shanks' backstory is canon, but like the whole movie in its entirety isn't supposed to be taken as canon.
I think a lot of One Piece movies are like that, like Film Z. I think. I don't know.
I think the movies, none of it's canon.
I think
it's all
filler.
canon.
Really, because they
just use ideas that exist.
I mean,
okay,
like,
that's what I was saying. There's a
like if they use hockey, like hockey's canon, but
in One Piece Red, they're introducing original ideas that are canon. Whereas I think those movies, they're adapting ideas that already existed.
I would say there's a villain in I think it's One Piece, like Edge of the
Stampede?
World. Yeah, I think
with the guy from Goldie Roger's crew or Whitebeard's crew. I mean,
no, it's a guy who likes like a gravity fruit.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's like Edge of the World.
Gravity fruit.
Yeah, he's like he
makes. I don't think it's a gravity.
Fujitora.
I was gonna say Fujitora.
He can make things. Oh yeah, Fujitora.
I was like, what? Did he die and then Fujitora got it? That doesn't make sense.
The way his fruit works, is like basically like gravity. Everything he touches just floats up in the air.
Oh, so that's just like a float fruit or something.
Yeah, I think it is called a float fruit, but I said gravity because I totally forgot about Fujitora. But yeah, he's like a criminal that exists in the One Piece like world because they show him during Marineford. And I saw him in the movie. I was like. Is this movie canon? I was like, what's going on here?
Because that's stuff that Dragon Ball does all the time too. If you see, like, they'll take characters that are canon and just do stuff like Cooler and like King Cold.
Okay,
they're canon, but they've never been shown, and then the movie just expands on them.
That's what I was curious. I'm like, are these movies canon?
I guess Cooler is contentious. A lot of people don't think Cooler is canon, but like King Cold, regardless, is canon.
Oh yeah, he exists.
You can't deny that because he's in Z.
What is this movie called? But yeah, I really like the One Piece movies. I think I saw like all the ones that are on Netflix, and they're pretty good.
From all of them.
There's only, not all of them. All the ones on Netflix. There's only like two or three on Netflix.
Why don't you just say 2 then? Like I said, all of them. Like it was.
Because it is all of them.
I've seen every single one. I'm a biggest fan. How many are on there? 1.
Don't do that.
Film Z. Little.
What's it called? Oh, it's called Strong World.
Yeah, I've seen all the seasons of Attack on Titan. They're on Netflix. That's right. I'm impressive.
Shut up. Yeah, it's called Strong World. Film Z is really good though. Have you seen Film Z? What are you doing?
Tyler hasn't seen any of the One Piece movies. Weird enough.
I don't watch One Piece movies.
The biggest One Piece simp he is, he hasn't seen any of them.
They're so good.
Well, no, I never really the guy that need to watch the movies.
That's
fun. I get enough from the. You
don't like fun?
The manga. And
he likes canon. He doesn't like.
You don't like fun?
I somewhat agree sometimes. Where I think seeing stuff that's not canon does frustrate me because I'm like, this would have been really cool if it mattered to the story at all, but it doesn't.
Like that one Luffy fight with that one guy where like the hockey and they're colliding, like that's a cool scene.
From Stampede.
Yeah, that's a cool ass scene, but it's not canon.
But it doesn't matter, and it's just it's fun that doesn't matter, and especially to a story that you like, I can see why that would be frustrating.
Yeah, but in my head, like the way, because like I'm the same way, like with the My Hero movie, I was like, I don't care for this. This does nothing for me.
You watched the My Hero movie?
We watched it
together.
I did not
watch it.
No, he did not. What are you on about?
I did not watch no My Hero movie.
He's dumb, bro. I hate this guy. You were with us. It was me, you, Jose. I think Eddie was even there. Eduardo was there. We
yeah, it's the one where you were like Eden Yeager in the beginning.
No,
yeah,
you did.
Because it was like Toei and it got quiet and you're like Eden Yeager.
Oh, that wasn't even mean back then.
Everyone's just like,
yes, it wasn't mean back then.
I did the era Yeager in the I think it was the Jujutsu Kaisen movie.
No, because we were in the front row for JJK.
What I said in the My Hero movie is like I'm wet.
Oh yeah, that was the cringy line.
And everyone's just like.
Yeah, no one laughed. I was like, yeah, that's classic Deven joke.
I wasn't even a joke. I was like,
you believe
it?
Yeah, it was a joke, so you actually were wet?
Like, I'm wet, bro. It was a statement.
That's true? That's a true statement? You were wet?
I was something. The animation was kind of clean. I was like, this is kind of clean. Like, I don't even care for
My Hero's always had good animation.
Yeah, but I didn't. That final fight, I'm like, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, but like I think that's what I used to feel about like Janemba, because I really liked Janemba, and I was like, this would be so cool if all this was like canon, but it's not.
Yeah, but the way like the One Piece movies do it, I see it like as another like arc, and I just resolve the arc, and then like, okay, I never need to see
it. Referenced again.
Yeah, but it doesn't need to.
It does.
Why?
Have you seen Film Gold?
No.
Have you seen Stampede?
No, I've only seen
Crazy.
2. I want
all the movies. Okay.
on Netflix, nigga, on my Steam. I think Film Goals would be the next one I watch.
Why not? Why are you skipping Stampede? It's like the best one.
I'm not skipping it.
Like I mean, not like you're skipping it, but like you're making it the last one. You're like, nah, I wait.
Because I don't
watch the mid ones first.
I haven't. Films is good. You take that back.
And I'm the simp.
That's what I'm saying.
I literally said I'm a One Piece.
You literally
simp.
cockright it, bro.
Yeah, I'm a One Piece simp.
I can see it in your mouth.
Okay. But
was the camera on you when you did that?
It wasn't. That's crazy. You gave that man way too much power.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, y'all don't know what Tyler just did by the camera. He was bugging, bro.
Yeah,
Jit is tripping.
But I really like the. I haven't heard anything about the One Piece movies, so like I don't know. I was thinking only thing I've heard about is like some gold, and like I see that one scene where they're all like fancy and they're like. It pans down, all of them have like the drip
at the casino? Yeah, that's so
like,
clean. And Chopper's like...
my boy. But no, I haven't seen anything. So, I have no order. I'm just doing it randomly. I did the easiest way, which is on Netflix. I'm like, alright, let's see where else I can go from here.
That's another thing I was thinking of is like, because our intern recently got a VPN, so he can like watch Netflix and like Japan and other countries, I guess, would also have different shows. And like it's like me and Tyler always say, like we don't like that like Netflix has like what are they called, like country
it's regional
regional
regional restrictions.
Regional
so it's
restrictions.
Like America gets some shows, and like when they took off The Office, I think it was still on UK, like The Office America, and it's like why even take it off in the first place?
Yeah,
like, copyright or licensing.
It's like money. Yeah, it's money and licensing, which is so dumb. Like I feel like.
If you have access to it, just do it.
If it's on Netflix, it's I know they can't like legally, but like it's such a dumb concept that like Netflix as a company is still the same thing that exists, but in one country they're allowed to do something, and in another country they're not. It's
well, like
so
Eddie said, he
dumb.
went to Japan, and it was so much anime that just weren't on American Netflix.
Yeah, because like Eddie can literally watch like anything. He can watch almost anything on there. Like everything on Crunchyroll is pretty much on Netflix for the most part. Obviously, more is on Crunchyroll because it's just bigger, but like. For them, like all the big animes that you want to watch, he said are pretty much on Netflix in Japan, which is crazy. Like I wish we just had like a uniform Netflix, which obviously we can't get. But
well, that's why licensing just stopped. Like if you have the license for this, why can't you get it for that? Like, why does it have to be exclusive?
It's like a money thing. I think it's cheaper for them. Like that's the main.
You get more money in America.
That was like the main. Well, no, that's like the main reason they had to leave not drop The Office, but like get rid of The Office from American Netflix because they were paying more money than it was bringing in. So they were like, yeah, why should we do that? We'll just
it was licensing thing with NBC.
No, I think it was a money thing. It's either that or it was Friends. No, it is Friends. I think it's one. I think I'm thinking of Friends.
I'm probably thinking about Friends.
Yeah,
because The Office moved to Peacock.
Oh yeah, so yeah,
yeah,
I think,
went to
you're
Peacock
right about
said we're
that.
pulling licensing to put on Peacock. But if you go to a different country like Canada or UK, it's still there.
Yeah,
and it's like so you're only pulling it in America to get American audience to go to Peacock, and everyone's like, no, we'll just pirate if you want to watch it.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the thing is like a lot of these streaming companies think that like
they think oh yeah, Paramount Plus, they're gonna watch my shit.
No, I'm gonna be honest. The only reason HBO Max is as relevant as this because Warner Brothers owns so much stuff that's good.
Everything.
Like they own so much good stuff, and that's why they can compete with like the juggernauts like Disney Plus and Netflix.
I'm about to say if it's not on Disney Plus, it's on HBO Max.
Or Netflix.
Just about, yeah.
Or
Netflix.
Yeah. There's 4 you really have to. Hulu, I think is dying recently, but
they
like that's
no, because Hulu has the
big
cartoons.
I'm saying like yeah, they do. Like, but I think they're like money wise, they're dropping. I think people were talking about that.
Oh.
But like, there's a big 4, and pretty much every show is on those 4. You have Hulu, Netflix, HBO Max, and Disney Plus. Those 4 pretty much have everything. So you're pretty good. If it's not on there, it's really not worth your time for the most part. Just people would just pirate it, or they just won't watch it.
Yeah, Juggernauts.
Juggernaut?
Yeah, they're like 4 like monopolies.
Oh yeah, that's what you mean. Yeah.
And Yonko.
The 4 Yonko. Yeah, One Piece fan. Yeah.
Yeah, everything's gotta be One Piece with this guy.
He's center frame, so I'm just saying.
If you talk about this, bro, this is a Jump Force poster. This man got no taste.
It's better than a bare wall.
Classic anime fan, bro. No taste.
It is better than bare wall.
We even got the upside down Spider-Man. You can see it on the camera.
What? Talking about no taste, Deven?
Yeah.
Have you seen your anime merch? Nigga, it's Goku on a Supreme Nike. That's the most basic. Oh, I found it on Drip TikTok shirt ever.
I bought it and I liked it.
Okay,
we know you.
And you can't tell me it's not clean though. It's clean.
Okay, I didn't buy that, but it fills the blank wall. I never said I liked it.
You could just ask. I have plenty of posters, plenty of things.
No,
That
you
was
don't.
spur of the moment, just like camera Madara and Luffy.
Yeah.
Madara.
Yeah, see, if y'all notice camera monitor.
Yeah, so we that's the other webcam, and we're trying to get it on me instead of this webcam, which is on the actual laptop, and we're trying to get that on me, and we got it all formatted, but then the mic's cut out, and then we got the mics back on, and then that camera just doesn't work, so we have to go to this one. So we're hoping that eventually we can figure out so we can get a little better camera quality.
Madara cam would go crazy.
Madara cam would go crazy.
We decided to keep it because it looks kind of funny and fun. It's cool. We got the Madara cam, so you can see it right there.
POV or Madara.
POV, you're about to destroy the 5 Kage.
One day I'll click the button and it's like POV or Madara, and you're looking at me.
Man, Madara's kind of fun to Tyler.
Yeah, I don't know why.
But no, what were we even talking about before? Then you distracted
Licensing.
me there. No. Like, it was about... I don't even... He said, can't we talk about that? It was One Piece.
You said typical.
Dude, it was such a weird slope. It was a slippery slope because you talk about One Piece and he said he is center frame, and then Devin was like, "Can we talk about that? Can we talk about how much I hate Jump Force? Yeah, we get it.
I hate cringy.
No one likes
anime
Jump Force,
shit.
nigga. No one likes it. We get it. No one's sitting here like I love Jump Force.
I don't know, man. I just don't want to get it wrong. Like, why the nigga? These niggas really got Jump Force on their wall? That's who they rep. That's
So you'll
their
simp over a girl in the comments, but then you're gonna it's like, you hate Jump Force? I'll subscribe. That's basically what you're saying.
What are you on about? I don't get what the point you're making is.
Because you see a girl and it's like, yes, let's be nice. Let's not be mean. We don't want to lose viewers.
No,
but then it's like here, it's like, oh, fuck you if you like Jump Force.
One, I didn't simp over her because she was a girl. I don't even know if it is a girl. I keep telling Gabe this.
You simped. It doesn't matter. You simped.
I told that to Devin too. I was like, the gender didn't matter. It was the fact that it was a person and you simped for them.
I didn't simp for them, right? What happened was they said, not these shows. I said, what Scooby-Doo? Because I was just curious, like, what Scooby-Doo is are they repping? And then, the only reason why I said that statement, right, because we barely have fans as it is, and I wasn't thinking, because he brought up a good point, like, oh yeah, I do want our fan base to be kind of like us. I just know how the world is at the moment, and a bunch of people are sensitive. So I was just like, I wasn't trying to protect their feelings. It's more like,
you're gonna go, no one likes Jump Force. What if someone's like, I like Jump Force, I'm subscribing.
Yeah, I'm saying I hate Jump Force. I hate it. I hate this poster. It's tacky, and I hate tacky anime shit.
Oh no, like that's like the main reason I brought it out too. I was like, I'm tired of this being in my room. Let me put it in the background of the podcast. Like, the only thing I like about it is that Spider-Man's hanging, but that's not even a part of the thing. That's something I threw on there.
Because like,
and the camera can't even see it because it's so pixelated. They just think that's some red thing there.
True.
They can kind of see it. Okay, if you look at the top center frame in the top, you can kind of make out the legs and the upside down body.
Because like, as an anime fan, you see plenty of people who just wear like crappy anime merch.
Yeah,
and
the Walmart Classic.
The Kakashi Walmart Classic. Yeah.
And I hate it. It's so tacky.
Yeah.
And it's hard because I actually am an anime fan. I do like some anime merch. So it's hard shopping sometimes and hard getting like cool posters because all of it's tacky and awful.
Yeah, if you look at anything anime from Walmart, it's horrible. Like, don't get anything anime related from Walmart. Like, that's the thing I hate about anime is because nowadays it's become so popular. There's so much like not baseless, but like tasteless merch that they're just throwing out because it's related to the thing. Where it's like, oh, Jujutsu Kaisen's popular, throw Gojo on a shirt and just there's.
Well, somebody said at Spencer's, like there's a lot of cool shirts that would be cool if they would blend it a little bit, or even like this. But this one's a little better because it's blended a little better.
The camera
but like they'll literally, they
can't
see me. But it's they'll take a screenshot of something and just put the square. Like albums, they'll just put the straight album.
Yeah, they don't do anything, and that's what I hate. That's like the main. I think that's the phase anime's in. I don't know if they're ever gonna get out of it because it makes some money or whatnot. But like, that's what I liked about anime back in the day, like in our day when anime wasn't as popular. Because the people who did make anime clothes usually liked making clothes because anime was something they liked. It was like a niche thing, so there wasn't as many tasteless stuff as it. There obviously were they still existed, but there wasn't as many of them as there is now.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's nowadays because there's a couple TikTokers I follow and they make cool like anime merch, like the JoJo hoodies I bought. Those are pretty clean. I bought another one that was like the Killer Queen one, and it's like if you read this, you will die. It's pretty cool. It's pretty sick.
That sounds cool.
It's so cool.
I've never seen it. Have you ever wore them before?
Well, I have the Wonder Review. I wore the Wonder Review hoodie here.
Yeah, I've seen.
But I recently bought the pink Killer Queen one like last.
Where's this website from? I need
Me and Eduardo. That's
JoJo.
Eduardo bought the Metallica shirt from there.
They had hoodies too.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he also makes Berserk stuff. I don't know anything about Berserk, and
yeah, can you send me the thing?
yeah, I'll send you a link. It's pretty clean, and he gets different colors for the hoodies. Like I could have bought a black Killer Queen one, but I think the pink just made more sense. Plus, like
Yeah, because
it was also like a pretty like light shade too. I really liked it.
Yeah. Like anime merch, I also like, cause I like Tyler's like a Bleach jersey.
Yeah, we didn't keep sucking it off, but
yeah,
like
the Bleach jersey is so
the joke
good.
is like that's like my base fit, but
it's so
I have
good.
no drip.
It's so good.
That's
though.
so good.
But it's
like,
so clean.
Like,
It's
why
so
would you
clean.
not wear it if it's so
carries.
good? Yeah, if it's so good, why not wear it?
That's all I'm saying. Like if I have the card, I can go back to their website, but they have like a bunch of different like.
I have it. I was looking at it today.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I'm gonna buy
Like
one.
it's $90, but it's worth the money. It's a good quality.
I was looking at like the Goku black one. I was like, ooh, I could get this one maybe.
Well, there's so many like old heads that I see at like Colin, and they're like, "Hey, yo, that Bleach." I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Respect." I'm like, "Let's go." I get recognized. I'm like, yeah, it's Bleach. Get the Bleach merch.
See, that's one. It's like sometimes like it's not necessarily low key, but it's kind of low key where it's like
Unless you know what it is.
yeah,
Because like people, they don't say like, "Hey, yo, Bleach." They're like, "Is that Bleach?" Because it says Soul Society and Shinigami. Like, is it Bleach?
yeah. A lot of people who have never seen Bleach don't put two and two together because Soul Society and Shinigami don't seem like Bleach things if you've never seen Bleach or heard anything about it. And I was saying like, because I have like a shirt kind of like that. It's like it's not low key, but it's like it's subtle reference to an anime. So it's like you'd only know if you were in the know. Like I used to have like the Pride shirt from Seven Deadly Sins, right?
You were just wearing it, but yeah.
Yeah, but like that shit, because I wore it to the gym one time and I was just like, yeah, it's just like it's the Lion Sin of Pride. No one would know it, and then like some dude was like, hey, it's from Seven Deadly Sins. I'm like, dang. It was like some dude I never would have thought watched anime either.
Those things, the thing is that those things are actually low key. Eduardo has that JoJo shirt for the Diamonds Unbreakable shirt.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's low key. But
No,
that's not low key.
It's like,
the Metallica one is low key, and
right there.
the thing I'm mad, I wanted the Metallica one, and he bought it first, and I can't get it now because I'm not gonna match.
Well,
the
it's
dude.
like I want the Metallica one because I love Metallica. Like it's like one of my favorite bands of all time.
Yeah, it's
like,
unfortunate.
Why can't I get the? He doesn't listen to Metallica. I listen.
He doesn't
to
even
Metallica.
like. He doesn't even like Metallica from JoJo either.
Exactly.
He was like, okay, spoilers. Here's your warning.
Yeah, part
He
5
was like, I'm glad that nigga died, and I was like, that's crazy, bro.
But you're gonna buy the merch.
Yeah,
It looks good. Yeah. But it's not like that's actually low key. The Diamond is Unbreakable. It's a full front and it has like a stand. I think Josuke.
Yeah,
no,
Josuke.
just spray paint
Oh,
stand.
you're talking about that? Yeah, that one. Yeah.
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 And it's like that's not low key. That's literally
It's
just an
not,
anime
no.
shirt. Like this isn't low key. This is literally just a Berserk shirt.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I'm
like,
gonna be like this has a low key Berserk.
that's one of the square like anime.
Yeah, I would've
ones.
wear
That's what I was
something like
talking
that.
about.
Yeah, I
the only
wouldn't wear that
difference
either.
I said is because it kind of has like right here is foot, and then these go outside, so it makes it a little better. It blends a little better. But other times it's just literally just like a square, and that's it. And it's just a black shirt with a square.
I think-
Always black too.
You bought that to be like a workout shirt though, right?
Well, I bought it because I need more anime merch, and I like Berserk, but I also do work out with it. It's a good leg day shirt.
Yeah.
But yeah, this the guy I was talking about. Oh
I
yeah,
was gonna say like I think my Berserk shirt is kind of low key because like it's just the brand, right? Like you wouldn't know it's Berserk unless you've read Berserk. It's just a
Well, and
brand.
there's
As far as you're concerned, it's just a logo.
There's a fitness YouTuber named Bradley Martin, and his logo, if you flip it, it kind of looks like the Berserk logo.
Mhm.
So it's like that could just be like a workout logo.
Exactly. So like no one would really think about it. And like that one guy we saw, I don't know if you were there that one time, but there's like the black guy that he goes to school with me as well, and he recognized me wearing that. He was like, "Oh yeah, it's Berserk." Yeah, I think you were there. He was like,
Yeah, he
"Oh,
was
you-"
doing the crunches, right?
Yeah, he was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you repping the Berserk?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "I love the anime," and I was like, "The anime, interesting." But yeah, you said you found the shirt.
yeah. I sent it to you on Instagram, but his whole model, because he always talks about like, look at all this crappy like.
Oh, it's
Look-
that guy?
Yeah, like yo,
He's
look,
like-
look
he's
at all
like
this crappy shit.
Normal anime shirt.
And the
Yeah,
my
my
anime
anime
shirt, his
shirt,
whole
like,
his little model is we whisper anime. And it's pretty good. His JoJo ones are pretty like it's not like
It's not like low key.
no, it's
Yeah.
obviously like a stand on that shirt, but some of them are pretty cool. Like he just made like as a hand shirt, and he like what he did was because you know Leonardo da Vinci he made like a lot of drawings and he draw like hands, so you can kind of like model it like Leonardo da Vinci. There's definitely inspiration in like what he makes.
It's the golden ratio.
Yeah,
you
no.
don't even get that. I
don't even get that.
I gotta
You don't
get
get that one, yeah.
I don't get Wonder Review, but I still bought it. I like the Wonder.
I mean, you don't have to get it. Like
It's a clean hoodie.
Yeah,
I like
you
it.
don't-
I was like, this is clean.
Golden ratio makes more sense to get. Like, to get. You don't have to get a stand.
He has a Vagabond one too.
Yeah, he has Vagabond.
Bro, he's right up my alley. He knows all the stuff I like.
Some of there is some misses. Like he made 2 Killer Queens. One's kind of like but I like the one where it's like he's hiding in the hoodie. He's like, if you read this, you'll die.
That's cool.
Yes. And he has different colors too. He has an Echo shirt. I would like, it'd be funny if I had this, but yeah, he's pretty cool. I'll shout him out. I think it's Anime Galore. Cause I love this guy.
Yeah, these look pretty good from what I'm looking at right now.
Just Anime Galore. And he constantly like updates like, hey, he posts like votes like, should I make the D4C shirt like this or like this? And I think he's just now getting,
pretty cool.
He's just now getting to One Piece, so he's making a Trafalgar Law hoodie shirt. He's like, should I make the logo like this or this, and then make me vote. It's really cool.
Oh, I think I've seen that before. Yeah.
Yeah. He's goated. I wish more people were like that. There is. You can
actually care about the craft.
Yeah. I'm already skeptical.
It's rare, yeah.
Yeah, I'm already skeptical of buying stuff online as it is, but I saw Eduardo bought something from him, so like, shit, I might as well too.
Yeah, that's the thing is I'll see a cool shirt and I'm like, ooh, I want that shirt. Like I got like I don't even know what I got. I can't remember what it was. It was like it was some type of shirt I thought was cool, and then I got it, and it's like the cheap material that like peels off, and I hate that.
Yeah,
because like the pictures they'd be like, no, it's not that, and then you get it and it is. And I'm like,
that's why like I'm super reluctant to buy things online.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we were just saying. Like that's why I prefer, if I can, to buy stuff in person. Like when you got the Bleach jersey, it was at AX. I think if it's online, it's a little different.
I was able to feel it and wear it.
Yeah, and if it was online, you're looking at that $90 and you don't want to know what it looks or feels like, you're probably more hesitant. But you saw it and everything, so you're like, it's worth it, and you paid for it.
Sure.
And like that's a big reason why I consider buying the jersey as well now, because I also saw it. I was there too, and I'll see you wear it. So I'm like, yeah, it's obviously good. So
well, and there's been a couple of people like, hey, where'd you get that from? And then it's on, his name's on the tag, so I flipped it.
It's on your shirt too. It's on the sleeve.
Yeah, so I'm tell them like, hey, go get this guy's shit. It's good shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna cost more. I bought it $90 there. It's gonna cost more because of shipping.
Yeah.
But
that's just jerseys though. Jerseys are expensive because of the quality. So you know what you're getting into most of the time. Unless people who don't buy jerseys, obviously, which is there's common. People don't usually buy jerseys, but if you buy jerseys, you understand they're more expensive because of the material. So you're probably not gonna expect anything.
Because if it's literally jersey material.
Yeah. So $90 honestly isn't too bad considering it's a custom made jersey material. Most times you see stuff like that for like $100+. So he's doing pretty good for that.
There was a little, like 2 weeks, he said he was doing free shipping, but that was like right after AX. He's like, put this code in and you get free shipping. A lot of people were doing that because they were out of stuff.
Yeah, I know there was a lot of like discount stuff they were doing at AX, like stuff like that. They're like, what was that one place we went to? And they were like, oh, Gamer Subs. Yeah,
Gamer Subs.
Yeah, they give us like a free shipping as well too.
Yeah. There's also that one lighting place. They had like the lights on the walls, and they had like the brand of Sacrifice. It was like $200, but it was like a neon light, and it's like, you know, probably like 2-3 feet tall. But they were like, yeah, I was gonna put it on my wall because it's really fucking cool. And they had some other like lighting stuff, but they were all out because people bought them day one, and we didn't get to see them till like day 2 or 3. And they're like, okay, just put this in and you get free shipping. Usually for shipping is like $40-50 or whatever, depending on where you're at. But you get free shipping for like a month or 2 after this.
Did you ever end up buying it?
No.
Are you going to?
I can't find their card. I can probably like look them up because I'm pretty sure Anime Expo has like their distributors that were there. So
yeah, were there like so many people there though?
I was gonna say actually, because when I had to edit that Anime Expo episode, right? I know it wasn't even Anime Expo. I think it was Xenon's episode where I threw up your jersey because you wore it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That because I asked Tyler to send me a picture of it, and like since he went to the movies that day, he didn't get to send me the picture till the next morning, and I was trying to finish that episode to that day, so I was like, I'm just gonna look it up myself. The amount of work I had to do to find that place was actually insane. I don't think it's as easy as you think. I had to do so much work to try and find out that company just so I can get a picture of it.
Well, doesn't Anime Expo release a list of their people that show up?
I couldn't see it when I looked on the app and I looked on their website and all that. And I was like, I went to Instagram. I was like, all right, #AX. I was looking for people who wore merch like that. No one was wearing it. I looked up anime.
I only saw one other guy that wore it.
No one's doing it like Tyler, bro.
No, yeah, and I was
trying
like,
to get that exclusive jersey.
I was like, anime baseball jersey, nothing showed up, and I was like, that's crazy. I don't even know how I ended up finding it. Honestly, it was so much cross referencing. Like I could probably look back at my search history and see how I found it. It was ridiculous though. Because at first I thought it was Box Lunch, because Box Lunch also did anime jerseys. I was like, I found it finally, and I looked at their website and I was like, nah, these don't look like it. And I just kept looking, and I eventually found it. It was so much work. I don't know
it's
if
like not Shinigami. It's something like that though.
What, the company?
Like Shingai.
It starts with an N. Nandesuka.
I don't think so.
It is. I told you, Tyler. I was looking at it this morning to the jersey. It is. Yeah, but it was a tough time to find this. So I think you might, unless the LED company is bigger than that. Maybe these guys are just underground. Maybe that's why.
I think their booth was really small. The LED company was like, it was next to the 18 plus. And it was that really long booth that had like the couch and the TV.
Yeah.
So like they had like at least 3 slots for distributors. So like they probably had some money because like their stuff cost a lot of. The Berserk one was smaller. They had one that cost like $2,000. I forget what it was. But it was like a whole wall piece. And
yeah.
I'm sure they're big enough. They get enough money. They're probably on there if there are.
You didn't see anything at AX, right?
What do you mean?
Like you didn't see anything from like other videos. You're like, oh, that's cool.
Only thing I see from AX when like my feeds like cosplay. That's mainly what I look like. I love the cosplay. And I was telling Tyler this, like I actually kind of want to get into cosplaying. It looks so cool.
Cosplaying costs a lot of money.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, this is something I like to do. But
Nandesuka.
Yeah, like I said.
But there's cheap cosplays. Not like cheap, but we look like you see like
Steve
the car. Yeah, the card.
You can do Steve from Minecraft.
Yeah,
the blue t-shirt.
Like, all right, let's get it.
So we back in the mine.
But like I was like, I could dress like a Trafalgar. Like I already have a sword, and that's probably like the most expensive thing. Like a little hat. I can buy like a snapback to make it kind of cool.
He has a hat?
He has the big white hat.
What are you on about? The cow print hat? It's not in cow print, but it might as well be cow print.
It's basically cow print. That's like the Chopper de Lopper if you've ever seen it. He has like the
Chopper de Lopper. You never noticed that he has a hat? That's like the first thing I always see.
I don't know. I feel like I always see him without his hat on.
I mean, there is things.
It's like post fight.
Yeah, that's just getting like his ass beat. His hat stays on.
I think like
last time I saw
Dressrosa, he always had the hat.
Last time
No, Dressrosa was different.
Yeah, because his hat did come off because
he had a hat. But
Doflamingo just like beating the guy up.
Well, no, he had a hat, but it was a different hat. I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember.
Last time I saw Law was Wano, and he was having a tough fight, so I didn't remember.
That's a tough fight. That's tough.
Like he's always thinking about a tough fight.
Yeah, except for like
yeah, he's fucking strong. Like he's having a tough fight.
Except for when he was fighting like Kid and Sabaody or something.
Like bro, I feel like Luffy just always has tough fights. Yeah, he's strong.
Hot take: Goku fights strong people. Sue me. He fights strong people.
Does he though?
Maybe that should go on hot take of the year next year. Goku fights strong people.
Does he though? I don't know.
Think I'll win that category next year? Or no?
Maybe.
I believe so.
I mean, are they really that strong? Like, Frieza destroys planet? Okay.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
So does Deku. Like,
what are we doing here?
Yeah, like.
Have y'all heard about the My Hero news?
Which one?
I did.
The death of someone.
Oh, I read My Hero.
Oh, you read it?
Spoiler alert.
Oh, I don't have to talk about it, but I just find it funny.
Yeah, we're not
like,
gonna talk about it.
Like...
I saw like one person tweet and they're like, "I literally have a tattoo of my body." You got that?
Good. See, I was so happy because all like My Hero fans were crying about it. I'm like, yes, cry.
Embrace it.
One thing I will say though, from a from a manga I actually read and actually enjoy, I should say, because I do read My Hero. From a manga I actually read and enjoy. There's another character who quote unquote dies, and I don't believe it because I didn't like get a confirmed death. Just if it's not confirmed, don't believe it yet.
No, they just saw the one panel and they're like, he's dead.
Yeah, animes and mangas always fake you out with stuff like this, especially shonens. Don't believe it yet until it's confirmed. That's why in like it's still a spoiler, but it's from the anime, so you already seen it. When I don't even know what the nigga's name. Night Eye? Is that his name?
Oh, like spoilers from My Hero.
Yeah, Night Eye.
Yeah, from My Hero. Yeah, when he died, you saw the thing that was like confirmed. He dead, right? Like you know that. Like this is different. It's not confirmed. He was just like dead. Yeah, he's just laying out. That happens all the time. Don't cry yet. It's not over yet. He could still come back, or she. They could always return. It's not confirmed they die.
No, I hope that nigga is dead, bro.
You're talking about Shonen
nice.
here. Especially Shonen Jump. Look at his competitor Black Clover. Who died in Black Clover? No one, exactly. People aren't dying like that in Shonen Jump. You're fine. Just wait until it's confirmed.
I just find it funny because like I see the memes like the author like, oh yeah, you want to do this to my characters, but no, they're dead. Now we're like, who they kiss now? Huh?
Oh, he's dead.
Like who they kiss now?
That was like Attack on Titan though. He was like, oh y'all love this guy? That's crazy. They're dying.
They're dead.
Oh, actually,
you should ship this character X Death.
X Coffin.
Actually, this is a spoiler, but I think a lot of people have seen Attack on Titan at this point, and they're pretty caught up. So I'll still say spoiler for like the season part 1, I think, I believe, final season.
Final season part 1, yeah.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen that yet, then skip ahead like a minute or so. But like
spoil podcast.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people have seen it. Attack on Titan is the most popular anime in the world. Like most
people have seen it.
Yeah, so like I think most people have seen it, but like when because Sasha died in the final season, and apparently
Sasha died,
and apparently haven't you read Attack on Titan? The author Isayama originally wanted to kill Sasha like earlier in the arc, and his editor was like, "I actually like Sasha. Can you like not do that?"
I heard that.
Yeah, so
he was like Sasha Simp. Like,
yeah.
Can you not kill my waifu? And he was like, why?
he was like, no, she dies, but she dies later then. And he was like, I accept that as long as she lives for a little longer.
That's my waifu more.
There's so much lore about like editors for mangakas. It's so funny how much the editors actually have to do with how good your story is. People don't even realize how much the editors really not like carry, but they help a lot.
Well, when Oda was first making One Piece, Zoro was supposed to be on Buggy's crew, not Luffy's crew. His editor said, "Don't do that. That's retarded. Have him on Luffy's crew."
Yeah, there's so much stuff like it's stuff like that in the beginning. It seems small, but it ended up being so big. Like Sasuke existing and Sakura. Yeah, exactly. Like these are all because of the editor, right? Like, the editor's like, do this.
Or like Cell.
Yeah, like Cell. No, not even Cell. Everything in the Android Saga. The whole Android Saga is the editor because the Android Saga originally just supposed to be Jiro in Android 20, and the editor was like, "Nah, that's dumb." He's like, "These niggas are stupid. Get rid of them." He's like, "Okay, fine. How about these ones? Better, but do better." And he's like, "All right, Cell." And he's like, "There you go."
Yeah, I like that.
Even like Naruto being the best ninja, he was supposed to be a ninja. He's supposed to have a magic, like it's chakra. Everyone has chakra, but he uses magic. Basically.
Is that the premise?
And is that I
never heard that.
Because he wasn't supposed to have 9 tails, and he wasn't supposed to be the best ninja. He's just supposed to be like basically a magician in a ninja's world. So he's using magic instead of chakra. And then was like, "That's retarded. Make him a chakra." He's like, "All right, for sure."
I never heard of that. Yeah,
I've never heard of that one either. That's probably news to me.
I saw it today on TikTok.
Interesting.
That's very.
It's like that one guy that's like, "Did you know?" Blah blah blah. Today we're talking about things you didn't know about Demon Slayer, things you didn't know about Naruto.
I take that with a grain of salt because there's some of them that are just dumb.
But all the ones that y'all have said, I've heard from him.
But yeah, it's
not that I trust him.
Like, I know.
Editors just do so much for the series, and they don't get recognition. They're not even like they're not named really. Like the manga gets all the credit, but like the editors do so much. And I don't know. Ever since I learned like more information about the editors, I'm like I give them way more respect for than I used to give them.
They bully the creator.
Yeah, they bully it. They're like, do better. I know you're better than this. It's like now
it's a necessary evil.
So I see then it makes me think of like when I see a series where like their editor doesn't really bully them and they kind of just do everything right, like Berserk. He just kind of like did everything right. The editor wasn't like do this or this. Like I think the editor obviously told him some things, but like for the most part, the editor was like, yeah, Miura kind of did everything right. Like I didn't have to tell him to like change anything. Mm-hmm. It's like stuff like that. I'm just like, that's just crazy. How good you got to be for your editor to be like, I got nothing to say, because that's literally their job is to tell you like what you can do better. If they have nothing to say, you're goated.
Yeah, you're just that guy.
That's how Miura's that guy.
Yeah.
I'm repping him.
Or like I guess like etchy like writers for like light novels and stuff, their editors don't tell them anything because they're like, it's not even something.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Can you talk about that?
What the model?
Oh, it just does that.
The blue screen of death? You want just a blue
screen? It's not blue screen of death. That's don't do that. It's the command window. Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm. It just appears.
It pops up and then disappears.
Yeah, it always does.
Because I keep looking at it.
I get used to it.
I'm like, I get worried.
I didn't even realize. This is the first time I have not been the producer of an episode. It's pretty interesting to actually have my ears free. I can actually hear people in my own ears. That's the first
that's why like if I'm missing my speech, then I'm stumbling over my words. It's because like there's a delay for the audio, so I'm hearing something different than what I'm saying.
Yeah, I can never do that.
No, that's why I have one in, one out.
This is such an interesting experience for me. This is what the podcast is like from your guys' perspective every time. It's so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that could be a thing is when I'm down here is you and I can switch off.
Yeah.
So we take turns.
Next episode, though, I'm probably gonna be there though because we're gonna rotate. I did last episode. You do this one.
Yeah, but I was like, I didn't do that.
What? This is your permanent position?
No, I was saying like we had talked about during the specific episode. I'll be doing it.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna wear your your
yes.
bleach?
Oh, Bleach jersey?
Yeah.
Yeah, classic.
No.
That's a Tyler class. You should make that a thing. In
What,
season
three camera videos and 2 of them were in the same thing? No.
Yeah.
In season 2, every time you come on, like as a guest, because you're being you'll be gone.
I should have the fit and then the bleach over it, so it's, like, it's open. But it's like I got the, because you know the captains, they wear their the white cloaks.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm doing that. So I got the cloak.
That's a part of your character. That's your character, Tyler. You're the Bleach guy.
I mean, Tyler is kind of. I mean, I guess you're more the One Piece guy, but
yeah.
I don't know. We don't have like a representative for everyone in the group. We have like
Jose.
Jose would like represent Naruto. You and Tyler would represent One Piece, and I'm just like the guy who likes all 3.
Yeah, because like I've seen 2 out of 3. I'm going to eventually watch Bleach, but I love Naruto. I love Naruto and One Piece.
I love Naruto and Bleach too.
But I think we all seen like. I mean, you've seen all 3.
Yeah,
I've seen all 3.
Yeah,
I've read all 3.
Yeah,
I've read all 3 as well.
Okay, Tyler, it's not a competition. Hey,
just saying.
Aren't you some guy think Naruto mid, bro? What are we doing here?
Yeah, Midruto. That's why it's the worst in the big 3. Hot take of the year.
God, you gotta say that from my Naruto at time. That's crazy, bro.
Hey, you could clip this and put it on there. Naruto is the worst.
It's so late. It's so late.
You still edit it.
Because we're referencing that. We don't have a clip for it.
They won't know where this audio is from. Like, bro.
I can throw it in the awards show when we talk about that. Yeah, I can. I guess
it'll be funny because like, why did they click on the link? Like, bro, I haven't seen this episode.
Yeah, where did this come out?
Bro, what?
They got a camera? What? I missed the camera. Which is actually funny because the episode that came out with the camera, the thumbnail is just the regular thumbnail, so they don't even know it's a camera. Actually, no, they do because the title.
We should keep doing that until season 2.
That's what I was gonna do. Yeah, I was gonna keep it the same. So it's like you won't know until you click on it. You're like, oh, it's a camera.
I want thumbnails so badly.
Yep. Midruto.
Why didn't you like Naruto? I actually want to talk about this. Why don't you like Naruto?
Didn't say I didn't like Naruto. I'm saying it's not the best in the big 3. I say it's the bottom big 3.
You just said Midruto.
But what?
I said that to get a reaction out of it.
Okay.
I like Naruto. Naruto's fun. I like all the big 3, but I think that Bleach and One Piece are just better than Naruto.
What do they do better than Naruto? Like, you know, you get your like classic categories. You got characters, side characters.
I just like the plot more. It's just the powers. I mean, chakra is nice, but I like Haki and Devil Fruits. I like the Bankais and then the Reishi and stuff like that. It's just nifty.
I get it. Like, I was never a big fan of chakra either. Like, it's okay. It's a basic like power system. It's alright. Just, you know, elemental stuff and just a little bit. It's a decent power system. It was never my favorite, but I definitely don't hate it.
Yeah. No, I guess it's just like a feeling. I think the Bleach and One Piece are just better. But again, not to say Naruto's bad. It's just of the big 3, it's not the best.
I just wish if Bleach had a better ending, I'd be more confident in like repping it as my guy. Like I'm still
it's too rushed.
I'm still leaning on like Bleach is my favorite in the big 3. I'm still leaning on that, but like I think because of it's not necessarily the ending being rushed. It's just the final arc in its entirety. I didn't vibe with too much. Like 1,000 Year Blood War arc, I was like, it's okay. I really the Iran was just like so much better, and I wished not that
I think it's because they hyped up Aizen so much. And
yeah,
he's like the villain of that arc, and then
it's
spoilers.
He
just loses.
It's not like I'm saying I think the Iran arc should have been the last arc. Like it obviously should have kept going because he foreshadowed there being more to the story. And obviously he never answered a lot of questions about Ichigo anyway, so it needed to keep going. I just wish the 1,000 Year Blood War arc went differently. Like the way it went, it didn't feel as good as it could have been, which is probably part of the reason that Bleach got canceled, because the readers probably felt the same way as me. They were like, yeah, it kind of falling off a little bit. It's not the same.
I do see that.
I think what happened.
I see the take a lot. Just people saying like 1,000
Year Blood War arc.
Yeah, I hear that take like it's not as good as it is.
Yeah,
I think it had high potential.
It did.
But the big problem that I had, at least from my end, is that they split it up too much. So there was all these different things happening at once, and they tried to like, oh, this is happening now. Flip to this. Now flip to this. Now flip to this. And it's like, I don't give a shit about like this no name character fighting this guy.
Like I think he introduced way too many characters that were kind of irrelevant. Like, trust me, there was a lot of scenes I like the dude who fights Kenpachi. I'm not gonna say anything about that fight.
Yeah, that guy.
But that Kenpachi fight
cool.
was phenomenal. I love that because of everything that happened in that fight. Amazing stuff like that should stay. But then there's stuff like Baz B and his old backstory.
I was gonna say, who the fuck cares about Baz B?
You can keep it. Like he really tried to push Baz B as like a main character. He gave him lore and everything. He like connected to people. I was like,
he's like, yeah,
this is One Piece,
and then you have Baz B.
Yeah, he was really trying to push this like Baz B narrative. He was like, y'all like Baz B. I was like, no, we don't, bro. No one's vibing with Baz B.
Literally, half the dude, the fucking zombie trio was fucking better than this dude. What is this?
Like, get Baz B out of here.
Y'all complaining about this literally remind me of like One Piece, because One Piece does it sometimes.
Like they try, like Bartholomew. They're like,
they
like Bartholomew.
Well, being in the middle of
Bartholomew, it's Bartolomeo. Don't do that.
Oh yeah,
like because there's so many straw hats, so they all split up, and like Luffy be doing something really cool, and then we got cut to like Chopper like picking berries or some
or
shit.
like Triceracopter.
Triceracopter. Yeah.
The only time a cutaway to Frankie has ever been successful was
Senor
on
Pink.
Dressrosa. Senor Pink was the
That's
only time
it's been successful.
Frankie has the most boring cutaway. No one cares about this nigga Frankie. Since Water 7, no one's cared about Frankie.
Lowkey Wano. Like post Triceracopter.
What?
Post-Triceracopter.
Why? Why did you care
I don't
about
wanna say
Frankie and
anything.
Wano? I don't
I'll
get
tell you
that.
after.
Yeah.
I don't want you to hear it either.
Yeah.
But it's like you have Triceracopter, and then he wasn't in it for like 20 chapters, and then he came back, and like when he came back, like that was pretty cool.
I don't know. I don't vibe with it. Like I think the only cutaways in One Piece I really enjoy are Zoro. Sometimes Sanjis are annoying because if it's a woman, I always gotta deal with the whole like. Yeah, it's
but
annoying.
like Sanji versus Queen. It was
like, that's what I said. Sometimes I
Yeah.
can't stand Sanji because it's stuff like or the Khalifa thing where it's so annoying. Where it's like
I can't fight a woman.
Yeah, like I get it. It's your character, but nigga, times are dire. You gotta fight for your squad. Just do it. Like
Nami had to pull up and beat this girl's ass.
Yeah,
That's why.
because if Nami's not there, Sanji's legit taking the L for his squad, which is so annoying. And he's an L man's for that.
Yeah.
Like you're actually like you're saying like
Well, and
Luffy
then-
will be the pirate king, but I guess I have to take the L because she's a woman.
I want to find the all blue, but she's a woman.
Like sometimes you just gotta be like, it is what it is. I gotta do what I gotta do for my squad. Like your squad should trump that.
And I think it's actually even worse post time skip because of what he had to endure during the time skip. He's like, I love women more, so I'm not gonna hurt them. Like they're so valuable to me. I'm not gonna just hurt them.
I visibly got mad watching like him fight with the Khalifa.
so-
I got
Yeah.
so mad. I'm like, Robin,
she like-
you heard this? You heard her?
I want to live.
You heard that? And you're like,
That's what I'm saying. It's like you heard that and still said he still said that's tough.
You sat there.
That's tough.
No, he sat there smoking a cigarette, letting Soja King shoot the world government flag. They declared war on the world government, and he goes,
about women.
"It's a woman."
So like it's like if an admiral pulls up and it's a woman, all right, Luffy, you're gonna take this one. No, Bozo, what if Luffy's not there? You gotta take the L for your squad. Like that's so dumb. That's what I hate, and it happens again in Wano with like someone.
Yes,
And,
yes,
like,
exactly.
Like it's every time it's not cool. I get it, Oda. It's his character, but I feel like at a certain point, your friends have to like trump that.
Exactly.
Especially with everything you've been through with your squad. It's so annoying that he's like, no, takes priority that I like women.
I never hit a woman.
Like okay, like yeah, it's a part of Zoro's character that he gets lost, but it'd be really annoying if every time he gets in a fight, he gets lost, and then the guy he's supposed to fight fights someone else. Wouldn't that be annoying if that happened every time?
Or it's like Zoro gets
Yeah.
lost and the guy kills him because he's lost. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't make
exactly.
sense.
That'd be annoying.
Yeah, like all those raw hats have their one thing, but like I'm gonna suck off my bird real quick. Usopp, like he's a coward, like he's afraid.
but he steps
he
up.
steps up. Like
Exactly.
me and now, well, we didn't just watch it, but we were watching because we're in Skypiea now. But during Alabasta, he was being a bitch and he was about to run away, and then they said something about Luffy, and he stood his ground. And it's one of my favorite quotes. Is like, "There's some times where a man can't run, and when you talk about my friend's dream, I can't." And I was like,
that's what I'm saying. Like Usopp is a
Or
prime
even
example
like
of
when
what
he is scared, like Thriller Bark with Perona. Like he wouldn't want to fight Perona.
Yeah.
you think I gotta?
No,
I think I have to.
Say what
That's
you
why I
want
love
about Usopp.
Usopp.
He steps up every time. He's literally never ran from a fight when he's needed.
That's why he's my boy. I
Even
love
in
Usopp.
Skypiea, when like he had no shot against Enel, he was like, I guess I'll do something. I'll distract him.
Yeah, because he knew it was either him or Nami.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck, I guess I gotta
Yeah.
run my ones, dude. I was like, I love Usopp so much.
Yeah, like that's how I feel like. That's how every Straw Hat is. They have their one thing, but when it comes down to it, they ignore that and get
Like
business
Nami
done.
loves money.
Yeah.
But if it's like Luffy's life or money, she'll take Luffy's life.
Yeah.
Like she'll go with him.
Everyone gets over it except for Sanji, and that's
so
the thing
annoying.
that's so annoying. Like I don't understand why Oda's like so stuck on the fact that he must do. The only thing I can think of is that he's hyping up till the very end. Sanji will fight a woman. That's like the only thing I can think of. But even then, it's not worth it because I won't care if like at the end he's like, finally I hit a woman. I'm not gonna be hyped. Like I'm like, okay, you should have been doing that. Yeah, I'm not gonna be hyped for something you should have been doing. You should have been fighting for your team.
Ever since Annie's lobby, you should have been.
Yeah.
So dumb. It makes me so mad.
Yeah, that was one thing. I was just annoyed. That's like why. That's part of the reason I don't like Sanji's cutaways a lot of time because every time Sanji gets a cutaway, there's something to do with a woman. If he's fighting him or not, it's a woman's involved somehow.
Or even like Thriller Bark when he was fighting what the fuck, that lion dude.
Yeah,
and he's like, wow, you're invisible. That's cool. I wish I was invisible.
Yeah, so I can go peep on women. Like
yeah, exactly. It's like it's about women.
I saw a lot of people. They hate
always about women.
Some people like because before that, people just thought Sanji was kind of like just flirtatious or like he wasn't a pervert at that point.
Yeah.
Like at that point, he became a pervert, and like a lot of people actually hated Sanji's character because now he's just like stereotypical pervert. Other times he was just like, oh, I love women.
Blood on the nose, fall back.
Exactly. Yeah,
like,
he was just a flirtatious like.
I mean, literally, Fishman Island. He got caught
at that
because
point,
his nose bled.
At that point, people were like, I hate Sanji's character. Like after hearing he wanted a fruit to spy on women, like it was over.
Exactly. It's dumb. Like Sanji's character is rude because Sanji has such a good, especially after Whole Cake. Sanji has such good character arcs and good character moments.
Dude, the Whole Cake Sanji arc was phenomenal. It's one of the best arcs in One Piece.
Yeah, it's just
like
ruined,
his character arc.
It's just ruined by the fact that Oda is so stuck on him being this like weird woman.
Like, yeah, you like that, don't you? Like,
I don't know anyone who does like it. I've never met anyone who's like, the favorite thing about One Piece is Sanji loving women, and he can't do anything.
The only thing I've seen about that is someone's like, Lowkey, if I was in Sanji's shoe, I'd do the same thing because like they think
this is a joke.
Hot.
Yeah,
that's just like
that's a joke though. Like
yeah,
yeah,
they're not like genuine. Like obviously, if I'm Sanji's place and I have like Sanji's powers and it's like beat her ass or like die, I'm gonna beat her ass. Like
yeah,
what the fuck? Like, I'm not gonna die. Like I'm not gonna beat her and then curve stomp her. Like I'll kick her and then leave, but I'm not gonna let her kill me.
Yeah, because like sometimes I am rewatching One Piece with Natalie. We both agree. Like I told her like I have a love-hate relationship with Sanji. He has like such cool moments, and then he just does something stupid. I'm like, I hate this guy. And she agrees. Like she can't stand Sanji either. It's so dumb.
Sanji's just annoying.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
Yeah, and then who else has cutaways?
Zoro.
I think, yeah, I said I like Zoros though. Zoros are good.
Robins are cool because it's usually like intelligence.
I was gonna say Robins are pretty interesting. Like I liked her Dressrosa one because it was pretty interesting. It had the
with her and Usopp.
Well, no, the one
Which
thing
one?
I was with Bartholomew. However you say the name.
Bartholomew.
Bartolomeo.
I thought it was like TH.
There's Bartholomew Kuma, who's like Paw.
Yeah, I know.
And then you have Bartolomeo.
Oh, I could have wondered it was like an H.
That's what I thought. That's why I call him Bartholomew.
Everyone says Bartholomew, but it's literally Bartolomeo.
Yeah, that dude. When she was with that guy, then like that's when they established like the Grand Fleet thing because he was like, yeah, I'm a part of the squad.
He's a fucking Luffy simp.
Yeah. He's like, I'm a part of the squad. And she's like, okay, cool. You're part of the squad. Help me out then.
Yeah,
and he does. Like, I think Robin stuff is interesting, and obviously she has the pornograph stuff that just adds lore to the series.
Well, like, even on Skypiea, when she was just like, she's like, so this is the pornograph.
Yeah, her part in Skypiea was one of the more enjoyable parts of Skypiea. Like, obviously, Enel versus Luffy obviously is the best part.
I mean,
like,
big fight, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, but like aside from that, nothing else. I personally hate Skypiea. I think Skypiea has nothing good to offer except
there's a couple good things
except for the lore. Like, I think not even all the lore, just some of the lore in Skypiea is obviously necessary and good. But for the most part, there's so much of Skypiea. I'm like, I could do without this. Like the whole, what's the lion guys? The whole story about the lion guy.
Oh, Mont Blanc Nolan.
Yeah, that whole you can keep that whole.
Where it's
thing.
like everyone thought he was lying, but he wasn't lying.
Yeah, and then they did a whole flashback arc with like it was like 8 episodes.
I skipped that. I'm like, I saw it. I was like, all right, backstory. I skipped through the episode. I skipped it. I was like, I'm not watching this.
You're valid for skipping it. It's so boring.
I might tell Nelly to skip it too. I'm like, we're not watching this.
I'm not watching this.
I'm not watching this. Look.
Yeah, like it's stuff like that. I'm just like, there's so. That's why I say Skypiea has that bad art. Like it's the same argument people use when they're like, how can you say Naruto has a good anime if you're saying just skip filler? That's what I feel about Skypiea. How can you say Skypiea is good if you're like, yeah, just skip this, and that, and then yeah, it's a good arc. Yeah, it's not a good arc then if you have to skip so much to make it good. It's a bad arc with good moments. It doesn't make it a good arc.
Like, oh, I can't wait to watch Nami fight the fat guy who shoots like the things. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't care about that.
There's only so much about Skypiea that I cared. It was a drag because when I was watching One Piece and like I was with anime only, and that was such a drag to watch Skypiea. I hated it.
Yeah, because when you first told me about this, I never got it because I was like, no, I actually did kind of enjoy Skypiea. But now after hearing y'all talk about it a lot, and then I know I'm in Skypiea right now rewatching it, I was like, yeah, I kind of see like why. There's only a few things where I really like for Skypiea, but the whole arc is just It's
most of the peak parts of Skypiea are with Enel. If Enel's not in the scene, if Enel's not in the scene, it's a bad point of Sky Alley. Everything else to do with that is just boring.
Or at least not the City of Gold.
Yeah, it's just so boring if he's not a part of it, because he's the main reason Skypiea is watchable.
Yeah, he's so cool. And, like, I love all his lines, but yeah, you can go on.
I was just saying, like, that's how I feel kind of like Alibasta too. It's kind of like, it's a slow arc.
I agree,
it's
yeah.
But I was talking to Natalie, and she's like, because I was telling her about, like, I didn't like Alibasta, and she's like, I fucking loved it. And I'm like, oh, if you loved Alibasta, you're gonna love One Piece, because that's like the worst arc in One Piece.
I don't think it's the worst arc. I think Syrup Village is the worst arc.
Obviously, East Blue is not good.
Okay.
But like, that's why I said one of the worst arcs.
Yeah.
Well, I asked her, because, you know, I always ask her after every arc, because I want to get her opinion. And basically what she said is, and which is I think it's the main consistency, or how you say that word, is the first part of Alabasta is slow. But like once you get to like the second half, which is the Straw Hats versus the Brokeworks, it's a pretty good arc.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
But,
like, I'd say once they get to the capital city,
yeah, getting to the capital, which is like the first like half of the arc, is pretty slow.
Because like Crocodile's whole thing is just cool.
And that's what I said. Like, I love Crocodile. Crocodile's my favorite One Piece villain. I love his dope fruit too.
Like, one thing I think about Alabasta is I think I've said this before on an episode. Like, Alabasta has a slow start, but the finale is really good.
Yeah,
like,
so good.
He wraps up everything really well
with
like
Alabasta. Robin and like she wants to die.
Yeah,
and then that perfectly
goes into
over
Water
the
7.
arcs into Annie's lobby.
Yeah,
because she's like, I want to die. You should have left me there. I should have died. I don't deserve to live. All this stuff. And then he's like, finally, like, say you want to live. And she's like, fine, I want to live.
Yeah,
I want to live. And that's why it's so emotional. It's because there's all that build up leading into that.
Exactly.
And then that's when Robin officially joined the crew. Is saying, I want to live, Luffy saved me.
Yeah, but
and that's like the main reason I have Alabasta over Skypiea, because I'm like, Alabasta doesn't have parts where, like, there's only one part I'll skip, is like some part of the beginning, but for the most part I could watch
versus Miss Merry Christmas.
No,
actually actually no, I don't skip that.
I
don't like that fight, bro.
I don't like it, but like,
the dog bazooka with the baseball,
as goofy as it was,
the fight sucks, but like, I think because it's short enough, I don't think it warrants a skip.
It's only like 2 or 3 episodes,
but that was the introduction of the 10-10 hammer.
Yeah, and I loved every moment of Usopp in that. It was goofy, but like it fit well enough for Usopp where I loved it. Yeah, it was character development.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's like the reason I have Alabasta over Skypiea. I'm like, yeah, Alabasta just has like a better finale. The cast in Alabasta is better than Skypiea. Who do you know from Skypiea aside from Enel? You can't name anyone from original.
No, I know them, but I can't name them.
Exactly, you can't name it. You can't name an original.
Names.
You can't name an original character from Skypiea except for Enel. Alabasta, you get Robin and Crocodile. That's just 2, but it's already more than they got.
Yeah. Also, most of the fights,
and there's still more, like Vivi,
Daw's Bones.
Yeah, Vivi, Daw's Bones. All of Baroque. A lot of people even know Baroque works by name too. It's like,
Oh, which fun fact? So you know how, like, there's like the numbers, and they have like the days, like it's all Sunday, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know the girl that was with Mr. 3 that paints and has the emotions.
Yeah, Miss Golden.
Did you know that wasn't a devil fruit? That's like a technique.
See, Natalie asked me, "Is this a devil fruit?" I paused. I was like,
"It's not a devil fruit."
I was like,
Oda confirmed.
She never said it was.
That's what I was saying.
It's just a technique. Like, she's just like good with color theory, and she's like, "You're angry." And they're like, I'm angry.
Yeah, because she asked me that question, and I was like, I don't know. I'm not saying no, because it is never established as a fruit. Because like there is like certain characters like that in the One Piece world that just have like abilities. And I was like, I don't know. The nigga just like, they exist.
Like who?
Well, she also asked the same question with the monkey guy in Skypiea. Like, is this a devil fruit? I was like, I think the nigga's just a monkey.
The guy that yells?
There's their brothers. They're both monkeys. And I was like, no, I don't know. There's monkeys. And
they just had speakers.
And then they dived in the ocean. I'm like, oh, I guess not. I guess there's monkeys. I don't know.
I wouldn't assume. I don't think that's an ability. I think that's just like a trait.
He's just a monkey?
Yeah.
The girl's is an ability because she paints on you, and then you have an emotion.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider that an ability.
It's like hypnotism. Like, you feel this emotion, and they feel it.
Someone else. I can't remember. Because I know she asked. I know she asked me a couple times, but I can't remember who it was.
Because I can think of some, but like you haven't gotten that far yet.
Exactly. Yeah.
But,
so I was just curious of like who else.
I was trying to think because I heard she said it 3 times. There was the monkeys, the pink girl, and there was someone else. I can't remember who it is.
You're at Skypiea.
But
Daw's Bones.
That's a devil fruit.
I know what it is.
Who's that?
The nigga sword guy that Zoro fought.
Yeah, the first black man Zoro.
Mr. One.
Yeah, the dice.
Dice.
She also asked me like, "How did he win?" I'm like, "He did. He is dead."
Because he can cut. He can not cut. He won because he can't cut.
He wanted to cut and then he didn't.
Because he was like, leave. I don't cut it. I master the sword. I can cut steel.
it was more than that. Like in the episode, I saw like what they're trying to go for. But I don't think they ever bring it up again. So I'm like, it doesn't matter.
Well, basically, it's just like you can control you master the blade so much that you can purposely not cut something, and because he mastered it to that level, he can cut anything. So it's like he goes to get this leaf, and he's like, I didn't cut the leaf, so now I can cut steel.
No,
and then he cuts his arm.
The thing is, that makes perfect sense to me because I've read Vagabond and he explains it the right way,
Exactly.
and then Oda explained it the wrong way.
He said, like, I hear the rhythms. I'm like, what are you on about? I don't like, Natalie, I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna try to explain what this man meant, but I don't know.
I'll give him credit. Oda was probably like 20, because Alabasta is early. He was probably like 22 when he made that arc. The nigga who made Vagabond he was late in his bag. He knew what he was doing, obviously, and he read the book, so he knew what he was writing about. So he had the advantage.
I grasped the concept enough, but I was like, yeah, I was like, nah. Just know he did it.
Yeah, like I think the best way you can explain it to her is what Tyler said. It's like what Oda was trying to say is that he has perfect control over his sword, and that's why he was able to cut through something he should normally be able to cut through.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is. It's not brought up anymore because now he's just like hockey.
Yeah. He's
like basic power system. It's like, yeah, my power is my chakra is stronger than yours, my hockey is stronger than yours, therefore I cut through your thing. It's generic anime power system that everyone has to do because it just makes sense. It's like a basic concept everyone can grasp. It's like, yeah, my key's stronger, therefore my punch stronger. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
It's easier to explain than I hit more gym time than you did.
Yeah. Because everyone hit gym time.
Yeah, and then there's niggas like that look like Broly. It's like, well, you shouldn't be stronger than Broly. He's stronger. Well, yeah, but he's physically stronger. But then there's Ki, so it's like, yeah. Then if they have to go off of physical strength, they have to make everyone look right, which is anime writers usually want to have their women included, so they want them to be able to keep up without looking like the girl from Dorohedoro.
True.
So yeah.
Yeah, enough of the One Piece rant, I guess.
One Piece. It feels like every time we talk about anime and Eduardo's not here, it becomes a One Piece talk.
That's why he's the GOAT.
Well, it's because like I feel like one of these days, if Deven ever reads Berserk, we could have a Berserk talk. Probably
we have a good Berserk talk. Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to reread Berserk, but like I think the difference is One Piece, like Shonen. Shonen, there's so much more to talk about.
Yeah.
Whereas stuff that's like a tight knit story, there's not really much to explore. Like in One Piece,
it is what it is.
Yeah, so One Piece and Naruto, there's so much theories and lore you can get into. Like, oh, what about this and that and that. Berserk, it's like everything is pretty much like it's a story that he's told. It's cohesive enough. There's not really many what ifs. There's like he tells you what it is and what it isn't. There's not really much you can go off. When me and Tyler talk about Berserk, we're just mainly like we like this arc, and then sometimes we talk about like the symbolism.
I like that he did this. I didn't like that he did this.
Like, did you get when he was doing this? It means this type of stuff. It's usually stuff like it's never anything like how we talk about One Piece. It's completely different.
The only exception is when it ended, and it's like, bro, I wish they could have done this. What if they did this with this? And then he's coming back.
Oh, we were talking about theories of how Berserk could have ended. Yeah,
exactly.
But that would have been an interesting podcast episode if at the time when we didn't know Berserk was if at the time we didn't know Berserk was coming back, we just had an episode where it's like, well, it would have to just be me and Tyler at that point because Jose didn't read it.
Eduardo read it, but
it's Eduardo. We're not...
No, he literally said there was a whole character. He didn't read any of his dialogue. He just assumed what he said. He saw the picture, said, no, he said this.
Like, I heard that.
He said this. And it's like
he does that a lot. He does that a lot.
He's like, I make up my own story.
Especially in Berserk, he did that for the pirate. He did.
I do remember that.
He did it for the mermaid girl because he said I got her lore in the first. I got her lore in the first like 2 chapters she was introduced, and I just pretty much knew what she was gonna say. I was like, I don't believe you, Eduardo. Like, knowing you, Eduardo, you didn't. You actually sat there and looked at all the words in Pum Pum and didn't understand it. So how am I gonna think that you can not read something and understand it? Yeah. No shot. Yeah, there's a lot of characters, especially it's weird that he does that in Berserk. It's like, why of all the stories, why Berserk is the one where you think you can just guess what everyone's gonna say?
You think exactly. I'm like a 5-head.
Like, if you're watching like Naruto, it's like, oh, he's gonna say this.
Yeah,
because like it's shonen, it's predictable.
The show I do that, or manga I do that, is Red Girlfriend, because I'm usually right. I'm like, he's gonna say, oh my god, Mizuhara's hot, because that's what all he ever says.
He's like, Mizuhara, I love you, and then he's like, he wakes up.
He's like, I think it has 2 lines. Like it's easy.
He actually says, I love you, confesses his love. It's like, oh, he's asleep. Or he got hit in the head. And
yeah.
It's like he's asleep or got hit in the head.
Yeah, and then like someone like Eduardo was like, how'd you know that? Bozo, because it's the same chapter every week. He gives me the same chapter. He doesn't do anything different. Yeah, stuff like that.
Say anything about him, he's consistent.
True. Say whatever you will about him. It's my boy. Comes out with the same chapter every week. Can't knock it. Most other niggas, they're struggling to put out another chapter. People like, look at Hunter x Hunter, bro. I ain't seen a chapter from him since
don't
2019. I'm just saying, if he's the GOAT, how come he ain't put a chapter out since 2019?
My man's dying, dude. My boy is dying.
That is something I'm wondering though, because he's been talking about his updates, and I'm like, when are these chapters supposed to come out? Because he's been working on it for like months. When are these chapters supposed to be coming out?
You know what? It's the Hunter x Hunter density though. He has like whole essays for his pages.
Still though, he's been working on it for, and I would assume when he was in the hospital, he was still thinking about stuff. Like, and obviously before he got hospitalized, he knew the general location of his story, like where it was going. So like, what is taking him so long? Because I've seen him do multiple transcripts. Like, it's not the same chapter. He's doing multiple ones. So I'm like, are they trying to like push out multiple chapters at once?
They might be trying to log it because they want to get as much as they can before, if God forbid anything happens.
Yeah, because
then it's like they'll have enough
to go weekly for a while.
Yeah,
or
even monthly.
Because if he does like release it, like, all right, people have like an expectation, like, oh, he did it this fast. Why isn't he doing it anymore? So,
yeah, I guess
because he probably like, because he's sick, he can work at his own pace. Yeah, when it's backlogged. Yeah. Whereas, like you said, it's like he's expected to do once a week. It's like maybe 1 week he's just not feeling it, so then he can't do it.
Yeah, he's backlogged.
That's because I know with the Berserk, it's weird. That's kind of what I think about Berserk. I'm like, why is Berserk not just like, it doesn't necessarily have to be weekly, but like, I know the guy who did Berserk. He's done a weekly manga before. He can do it,
and it's not like he's putting out long things like Mira.
He's not even sick like Mira was. So I'm like, at least from what I know, he's not.
Well, like I said, he's doing like half the chapters. Yeah, he's not doing the whole chapter.
So I'm like, what is taking him so? Why is he taking so long? Like, because when I saw the new schedule for Berserk, I'm like, this is just like Mira's schedule. What, are you Mira? Are you sick too?
Maybe he is. Maybe.
Is he trying to save some he's actually sick too? Because it was like,
he got the brand.
It transferred. Oh my god. Because like we got like 3 chapters off rip, right? And then it's like, okay, after this you get 1 more chapter, wait till August. I'm like, okay, I guess that's weird. I was like, that makes sense. We got 3 chapters, I guess I'll wait till August. We get to August, we're getting 368, and he's like, all right, I'm going on break for a month. I'm like, what? Are you just Mira 2.0?
It's not my manga. Okay, you took over.
You're not even doing another manga. This is your only thing you're doing. It sounds like I'm not hating. I'm respecting him, and I love him for continuing Berserk. I'm not hating. I'm just curious on like the thought process here. I don't understand why he's like doing that.
Yeah,
it's really weird to me, and it's not frustrating, but I want to know what we're dealing with. I don't like the whole it comes out when it comes out, because that's what I had to do with Berserk back in the day. It was just like, it comes out when it comes out.
If a Fortnite hits on Tuesdays.
Yeah, if you get a victory royale in Fortnite on a Tuesday afternoon after school,
I'll drop it.
And your name's Alvin from Alvin Chipmunks. Then you can drop it.
And then he finally does it. He's like, all right, you got the chapter.
He's like, for sure. And he's like, here we go.
Yeah, like that made sense to me. And if something does come out that he's also sick, which would be crazy, at that point I have to believe the Tyler theory. It's a brand.
It's a brand. Yeah,
it's got to be at that point.
Yeah, once you get to like a big status, he's like, all right, now it's your turn.
It's the curse of Berserk. if you touch like the Berserk manga, like
it's like a Titan. It's like a Titan. Once you inherit it, you'll have 13 lives to live.
Yeah.
So it's like you have
he inherited Berserk. It's like you have 2 years to live.
Yeah, you're not be the GOAT, but like at what cost?
At what cost?
Look, we need someone to do a manga cut to draw this. So would you mind? Yeah, you got it. My heart.
That's tough.
Yeah, dude. Can we talk about how on Myanimelist, both Fullmetal Alchemist and Kaguya-sama is both rated the same, but Fullmetal Alchemist is ahead?
Well, yeah, that is the big reason of it. But also, I think I brought this up before when we first talked about Kaguya passing Fullmetal Alchemist. I was really hyped when it passed it finally, because
I was like, let's go.
I was like, if any anime deserves, that's my boy, bro. Kaguya deserves it, bro. Especially that season, amazing, phenomenal season. It's when everything great happens. It's probably one of my favorite parts in the manga too. And then I saw it happen. I was like, okay, I'm never gonna talk about this because I don't want the Full Metal fans to hear about it. So I was like, let's keep it. I think me and the Kaguya fans agreed we keep it on the DL, because I never saw a single Kaguya fan talk about it. We kept it on the DL. We were like, yeah, we passed Full Metal, we don't talk about it, because if we talk about it, Full Metal hears about it and they downvote us. Because that's the issue with Attack on Titan and Gintama. They're loud fan. They're like, Gintama's small, but they're loud.
Yeah.
Like they let it know. They're like, yeah, we passed you niggas, you suck. And then Full Metal's like, oh yeah, okay, downvoted. So
it's like, oh, you didn't adjust for the inflation of downvotes.
Yeah.
You may have beat us by 10,000, but we have 12,000.
Yeah, and the same with Spy Family. Spy Family did it, and then they were they got too cocky. They were like, yeah, we did it. And I was like, y'all, you're gonna lose. You're talking too much.
And guess what?
Yeah, they got down so much. I think they're not even in 9s anymore. They're like 8.9 now. They fell so far.
Yeah, I ain't seeing this list they were. But
yeah, and then the Kage fans so quiet, and that's why they stayed #1 for so long, because no one said anything. And I saw Giga tweet about it. I was like, wow. That's where I saw it. I was like, how dare you do that?
You were up.
I was like, you were up. You gotta think about it, bro.
I'm not gonna do it, bro.
I was like, why did you talk about it? We were silent for so long. That's why we maintained it. And as soon as Giga tweeted about it, they started going down. I was like, no, I can't believe it.
You were talking about it. I was like, why do I know this information? Like, oh, because Giga tweeted about it. I was like, oh my god, I can't.
And now they got down to, but I think because it's only, like, I say only Giga. He's obviously huge, but he's still only one guy. It's not like multiple people are talking about it. Only Giga said it. It's not as bad. Like, none of the fans are bragging about it, so I think the Full Metal fans aren't as triggered about it.
Mm-hmm.
So it dropped, but not necessarily enough, which is why right now it's tied, because they dropped, because the certain amount of Full Metal fans who did hear of it were like, oh yeah, let's downvote that real quick, and they got it down to like match it. And because, like Tyler said, Full Metal has more votes because it has more people watch it. Like almost 3 million people have seen Full Metal Alchemist on there. Yeah. It has more votes. It's gonna be above it if they have the same rating. And also, it doesn't take into account that there's multiple decimals that they're not showing. So it could be like 3.134, and then
it's like
3.142.
Which Amazon product do you trust more? A 5-star with 10 vote or 10 reviews, or a 4.3 star with 10,000 reviews?
Yeah.
So it's like one's gonna be trusted more.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
So yeah, I think that's just what it is.
This is always a milestone when someone does surpass Full Metal. Cause like, let's go.
Yeah, that means that's like it's like a granted. Oh, you're a good anime. You're not gonna last up there, but you're good.
You're not.
You deserve it.
You deserve it.
The only show who could hang with Full Metal is if Attack on Titan put out a perfect season, which. It really, I wouldn't say it can't. I feel like
they don't.
I feel like I
think the fact that they split it up like 3 seasons, like
yeah, like if final season was 1 season, it potentially could have done it for sure.
Yeah, everything's like part 1, 2, 3. Just do one full.
Yeah, now it's split up, so now like the votes are split.
Yeah. But because the reason I think Attack on Titan could do it is because their fan base is bigger than Full Metal. Like, you need a fan base that is either bigger or on par with Full Metal's fan base, because that's the issue with Gintama and Kaguya. And their fan bases are small, especially Gintama. It's such a small fan base. And you got shows like Fruits Basket that also passed them. They're small too. Spy Family is relatively small now, so they're not going to do it. And one thing I've seen recently is another contender who's showing up is Chainsaw Man. I think Chainsaw Man can definitely do it.
They definitely can, and they might have the size to do it.
Yes,
too.
that's what I was gonna say, because Chainsaw Man is an anomaly, is what this word is. An anomaly for how popular it's been without an anime.
And it's just manga, yeah.
Yeah, no manga has ever been nearly as popular as Chainsaw Man has just been with no anime. It's just everyone reads Chainsaw Man. Everyone's heard of Chainsaw Man almost. It's like, I think if you look on Myanimelist, it's like it's in the top 5 like popular mangas, I think, maybe, or top 10. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Not like rating wise, just like popular, like people read it.
Right.
Like I think it's in the top 10 or top 5, and it doesn't have any anime. Has no like promotional visuals or anything. It's just a manga that came out, not even in Shonen Jump, like in Jump Plus. So it's not even, doesn't even have the Shonen Jump
like
carrying
Walmart
it.
brand.
Yeah, it's not Walmart brand, but it's like it's like older version of Jump. Yeah, it's more mature, which is like Hell's Paradise is on there too. But yeah, it's just like stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, everyone just loves Chainsaw Man and reads it. So
when the anime comes out, more people are gonna
exactly,
because all those people
Mappa
are gonna
too.
transfer, and there's gonna be more.
And then it's also Mappa on top of that. So and I've seen the trailer. The animation's clean.
The animation's clean.
It's clean.
Well, and they said no censorship. They said we're gonna go full everything.
Yeah, I saw the trailer. I'm like, oh my god.
So if anyone's gonna do it, Chainsaw Man will do it, and they have the popularity to fight back against Full Metal Alchemist fans, especially if they grow like the rate Jujutsu Kaisen grew. If they grow like that, which I assume they will, and more, I think they'll become more popular than JJK is. If Chainsaw Man gets that audience, they're beating Full Metal, because they will just combat them. They'll be like, no, we're going to fight back. You downvote us, we downvote you. Because I know Chainsaw Man fans, they're petty. Yeah. They bark at their waifu. They'll downvote you too.
No, we were at AX and we went to the panel, and they were like, you like Makima? And I was like,
yeah.
People like grown dudes.
Yeah, grown
at the anime
men.
convention were barking, bro. They're like,
I can't,
like, bro, what are we doing?
Yeah. And also about Chainsaw Man, as I'm actually really enjoying part 2 of Chainsaw Man 2, I think Fujimoto just became a better author after I think there's a certain point in Chainsaw Man where he just became really good. Like obviously the first part of Chainsaw Man is still good, but I think in the later half of Chainsaw Man, he really started hitting his stride, which most writers do. They get better over time, it's just how it works. And in the part 2, I think he's perfectly hit his bag right now, and he's eating right now. So I'm really excited to see what happens for Chainsaw Man as well.
Yeah. Hopefully,
I think I might be switching to a Chainsaw Man fan.
Wow.
I might be like I was like borderline when I first showed. I was like, it's okay.
Start seeing this man bark, but
I'm not gonna bark. Being a Chainsaw Man fan doesn't mean I have to be a Makima fan. They're not the same thing.
I don't know. You
Makima
could have fooled me.
Makima fan and Chainsaw because Makima fans and Chainsaw Man fans are actually at odds with each other because they're like, nigga, you're cringy.
Every Chainsaw Man I see, there.
Well, that's because you see Makima fans, but like the regular Chainsaw Man fans are like power stands. They cringe at Makima fans. Like, you're cringy. You're barking at a waifu.
Like, we are superior.
Yeah, it's like a whole debate thing.
Like, yeah, she doesn't shower, but at least we don't bark at her.
At least we don't bark.
True.
And like,
maybe dirty, but
there's such a funny thing in the Chainsaw Man community where it's like because there's like this thing about Makima, like, yeah, Makima's thick, but every time you see pictures of Makima, it's always fan art most of the time.
And they're always thicker. They blow them up. Yeah.
And then people are like, yeah, Lowkey, your waifu is just carried by fan art, and they're like, Makima fans, it's not true. She's not carried.
It's like there's actual official panels of her doing something. Everyone's like, that's my goat. That's my champion.
They're like, she's not carried by fan art. I swear, look at this official panel. We're like, and they're like, mid. No, it's not. You're capping. It's not mid. It's so funny that's like become like a real debate, is that Makima's carried by fan art. Which I never thought about, because every time I do see the pictures of Makima being thick, it is a fan art. I'm like, this guy's on to something. Maybe she is carried by fan art. And then I was like, I looked at some original material. I'm like, she's not like
she's
bad.
There.
Yeah, she's not bad. I can see the argument for Makima being good. Me personally, don't see it. Jose does. I don't know if Jose ever said it on the podcast. He's a fan of Makima.
He doesn't take stance on podcast.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he likes
Jose's a Makima fan. He when he first read Chainsaw Man, he was like, yeah, I would bark for that woman. And then, like, if you know Makima's ability or whatnot, he was like, yeah, she told me to come, I'm coming. I was like, all right, Jose. And he was like, she don't even gotta make me. I'll just do it. I'm like, all right, bro. Yeah, Jose pretty much a stand for Stan Makima fan.
Interesting.
That's good, yeah. Good to wrap it up there. So if you enjoyed this episode of the JOWP podcast, make sure you leave a like, comment if you will. Like we said in the beginning, comment. We like having conversation with our commenters.
And there's a chance you might be on the next episode.
Yeah, we could maybe talk about it. I mean, next episode it's gonna be themed, but maybe we'll still mention it.
There's a chance.
Yeah, there's a chance we still mention it. And obviously, there's still more episodes to come. It's not like it's a lost cause. We'll never bring you up. Like, it can happen still. So yeah, if you enjoyed that, like and comment, whatnot. Follow on Spotify and Anchor, TikTok, and whatnot. And catch you next time.